The fourth game of the preseason. For some, it signals a beginning as the rigors of the regular season and the journey ahead are now palpably close. For others, it marks the potential end of the road. A final opportunity to make a play, to secure a starting spot, or simply just a spot on the roster.
Tonight is my chance to show that I am ready to make the kind of play that make us stronger. This game
is my best chance
to make a lasting impression,
to prove that I belong,
to show that I am prepared to make a difference.
Tonight
is where all the hard work pays off.
This game is when it really counts.
Touchdown! Difficult decisions lay ahead as the Fins take the field for the final time in the 2014 preseason.
1, 2, 3,
what is the call?
And it is his. You want the toss.
You want the ball. What goal do you want to defend? You're in the right direction now.
Ryan Tannehill moments ago. The Dolphins and the Rams from Sun Life Stadium, brought to you in high definition by BrandSmart USA. And as we get set for kickoff, let's send it down to Kim Bokamper with Fins head coach Joe Philbin.
All right, Coach, you got a lot of young players out here today, a lot of rookies, a lot of guys trying to make the team. What do you expect to see this evening?
Well, I told the guys in the locker room right before the game, we should take control of the game up front on both sides of the football. We got to run the ball. Hopefully Daniel Thomas, we can get him a lot of work today, see where he's at. And then defensively, we really want to work on our pursuit, tackling, and trying to create some turnovers. We really haven't done a great job of that yet.
Are you comfortable at the 53-man roster right now, or are there jobs that can be won or lost in this game tonight?
There's definitely jobs are open, and that's why we're here. We're here to compete. We want to see these guys play on a game without the coaches in the middle of it and see how they respond.
All right, Coach, good luck.
All right, thanks, Kim.
All right, Coach Philbin, it's the Dolphins and the St. Louis Rams. Back up to Dick, Nat, and Bob.
All right, Bo, thank you very much. And we've got another good night of weather here. And here at Sun Life Stadium, weather report brought to you by Volkswagen. And 82 degrees, cloudy. And we've had a good preseason of weather here. The Rams have won the toss, and they will receive. And Jake Rodgers, who was signed this week, although Caleb Sturgis, his groin has improved to the point that he could very well be doing the place kicks today. Rodgers has been with 6 different teams, and back deep for the Rams is Chris Gibbons, one of their star receivers. Rams with a devastating loss after the last game, or during it, with the loss of their quarterback Sam Bradford for the second straight year. So Bradford, who tore his ACL in the 9th game last year, and then tore the same knee in last week's game. Very unfortunate, mostly for Bradford, and for the Rams, really a critical loss.
Anytime you lose your starting quarterback, that's critical.
And, you know, Jake Long, that was the left tackle, the defensive end on that side, beat Jake Long, who used to be the left tackle for the Dolphins.
Austin Davis will start, the second-year quarterback from Southern Mississippi. Sean Hill will be the starting quarterback, and they're not going to take any chances with him, so he sits this out as well. Trey Watts starts at running back, the rookie from Tulsa, and Kamal Johnson makes the stop on the first play of the game. Well, the Rams, a lot of draft choices the last 2 years thanks to their deal with the Washington Redskins. And so Greg Robinson, who's an outstanding offensive lineman and can play everywhere at guard, #1 pick, #1 choice out of Auburn. And we're going to be watching him. Starts at late at the left guard. Jake Long, the old friend, was the left tackle who's not in the game tonight. 2nd down and 8. And again, they go to Trey Watts. Watts up the middle, and a good run by Watts as he gets a first down to the 34-yard line, picking up 12. Deion Jordan is starting this game, and you know that Jordan, as well as Rashad Jones, will serve a 4-game suspension to start the year. He has one of the sacks for the Dolphins so far this year. Starts at defensive end. We saw Kamal Johnson at 1 tackle. Anthony Johnson, who has looked good at the other tackle. And Tevin Mims, rookie from South Florida, begins at defensive end. So after the 12-yard pickup, it's a first down out to the 33. Why change now? Here's Watts again, but the Dolphins are there to stop him after a gain of 1.
So basically, Dick, what this is second teamers versus second teamers. Now, if somebody would get hurt next week or the week after in the Dolphins starters, offensively or defensively, some of these guys would have to go in and play. So this is the coaches are very interested in finding out who is their best replacement if somebody goes down.
Absolutely. Right on the money. Walt Aikens has come into the game. He's one of the players we focused on at the outset. And play action pass here. And the pass over the head of a receiver and tipped by Will Davis as Austin Davis. And the pressure put on by Michael Thomas in a safety blitz.
Yes. Yeah, they brought Michael Thomas on a safety blitz. He got fooled by the play action, which caused him to be a step late. Otherwise, he might have had a shot at the sack. You'll see him now. Watch him bite on the play action, and now here he comes. You know, a couple steps late, he might have had a shot at getting a good hit for a sack on the quarterback.
Not bad for Thomas, who has looked good as well. Active tackler. Very nearly got to Austin Davis. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. Davis in trouble. Pass is caught, and that'll be a 1st down. Stedman Bailey in an 11-yard pickup. So the second 1st down here in this drive. Once again pressured by Mims, but Davis handled it well.
Well, Dolphins lose containment on this play, Bob. Here you see the route. A nice job of running down and coming back to the quarterback when you see him under pressure by the receiver. But nice job by the quarterback of getting outside of the pressure.
Boy, it's tough to defend those comeback patterns, isn't it?
Well, when you have that much time, it is.
1st down. Rams up to the 44. Davis's pass thrown behind Austin Pettis. This Ram team, a lot more talent than they've ever had since Jeff Fisher has been there. Their defense, one of the best, and their defensive line may be the best in the NFL. And that's why losing Bradford really hurt, because this team has improved so much in the skill positions.
They have 3 #1 draft picks starting in their defensive line. And this year's #1 draft pick, who is not a starter yet, was a #1 draft pick. So 4 defensive linemen are #1 draft picks.
2nd down and 10. Trey Watts on the pitch, hemmed in, and the Dolphins are there, and no gain on the play, maybe a yard. Deion Jordan forcing it for the Dolphins.
You take a look at last year's #1 pick by the Dolphins. 95 does a nice job of stringing it out to the sideline and then coming back to get a piece of the tackle.
Great vision on Deion Jordan's part, being able to see the ball at all times.
3rd down and 10. See if the Dolphins can stop the Rams' march. They picked up 2 first downs already on this opening drive. Protection breaks down, and they get him up the middle, and it's Anthony Johnson and Kamal Johnson.
Bob, we started the broadcast talking about the Williams brothers, but we forgot about the Johnson brothers lining up at the defensive tackle position.
Well, the Johnson boys, they're not related.
Well, you want these guys to be related from the Marx brothers.
I like the name Johnson. What can you say?
Anthony Johnson, rookie from LSU, Kamal Johnson from Temple, and Johnny Hecker will be kicking, and Marcus Thigpen is back deep and running up. Now calls for the fair catch at the 17. So Marcus Thigpen in a battle for his job. Had the kickoff return for 31 in preseason. So Matt Moore is going to be the starting quarterback. We won't see him for long. Mostly it'll be Seth Lobato tonight for the Dolphins. Well, there's Matt Moore. He's had a terrific preseason. 2 touchdowns and a pick. 66% completion. There's the 54-yarder to Damian Williams that Bob talked about at the outset. He is going to be the backup quarterback, and it looks as if the Dolphins are going to go with two quarterbacks to start the year. And here is Daniel Thomas in his first running effort, picks up a couple. So Daniel Thomas in his 4th year, the 2nd-round draft pick, and the biggest back on the team, and this is what he must do today. And the Ram focus lineup. Jarvis Landry, and this guy has made a splash since he got here, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's exciting. He runs the ball well after the catch. He's a special teamer. I mean, he does it all.
Landry, a second-round pick from LSU. And he's going to be on this team. And he goes in motion back to the left. And the pass was intended for Landry. And a flag is down. There was a contact. LaMarcus Joyner from Florida State.
Pass interference, number 20 defense. First down, spot of the foul.
Joyner is a second-round draft pick, as you said, out of Florida State, covering Landry, a draft pick out of LSU.
And he is our defensive focus in this game. LaMarcus Joyner, second-round pick, born in Fort Lauderdale, attended Southwest High. For the Rams, drafted 11 players this year. 10 are still on the roster, and that was because the Redskins wanted RG3 so badly. Made a great deal, did the Rams in this case. And penalty.
False start, number 66.
Ray Armstrong.
Yeah, great blocking over that left side of the Dolphin offensive line by Jason Fox, David Arkin, and Sam Brenner. Big hole.
Third down and 2. Rashard Matthews in motion to the right, tight formation, and there is Matthews with the catch and the first down to the 43, and another penalty flag is down. So an 8-yard pickup and a first down. Bill Levy is our referee tonight.
Ill use of the hands to the face, number 35 defense. Penalties decline, result of the play, first down.
That was cornerback Darren Woodard. Declined the penalty and a first down. Jeff Fisher, whose Rams compete in maybe the toughest division in the NFC. I'd say it would be with Seattle, San Francisco, and Arizona.
Yes. Yeah, the West is a tad tough in the NFC. But you got to love this Bill Lazor offense because the receivers are catching the ball on the move.
First down at the 42. Is Deion Sims coming up to the line. 3 receivers to the right. And here is Moore, and Moore is going to Jarvis Landry, and Landry making the catch, and another first down. 11-yard pickup. Landry looking good on this series.
This is simple pitch and catch. He just gets the inside position on Jones up high, goes up, gets it.
3 receivers to the right. All 3 of them ran slants, and Matt Moore just picked out the one that he liked and was open the most.
So Landry comes out of the game, and the Dolphins in Ram territory. Kyle Miller, number 86, in at tight end. Here's Daniel Thomas giving ground and will lose a yard thanks to Lawrence Wilson, who's been a lot on practice squads or throughout the league trying to win a spot on this Ram team.
The one thing you're not seeing on this offense, you mentioned Bill Lazor coming in from Philadelphia, is the up-tempo. You're not seeing it. I mean, they're huddling, they're taking their time. I wonder next week if we're not going to see some real fast up-tempo play.
Landry is back in the game. Second down and 11. He's playing the slot to the right. And Moore getting rid of it fast. Completes it to Landry. And Landry with a few extra yards. And he will have a first down. We'll see where they spot it. Are we near the 35-yard line? LaMarcus Joyner missed the tackle. And it will be another Dolphin first down, and it's Moore and Landry show on this first series for the Dolphins.
And guys, I like to say it the way a receiver would say, he didn't miss the tackle. He broke the tackle.
Yeah.
You know, just an outstanding job by Jarvis.
5'11", 200 pounds, breaking tackles.
Giving him the benefit of the doubt. First down. Thomas off the right side, spinning his way to the 30, and a penalty flag back at the 37-yard line.
Holding, number 14 offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Well, this time Jarvis Landry was holding, so they'll repeat first down, and the penalty against the Dolphins, their first of the game.
What, these wide receivers can't block?
No, he went to block him, and unlike you two guys, I'm watching nobody but Jarvis Landry. He goes to block him, and he steps outside, and
it's a takedown.
It's just, hey, you know what?
Down.
I'm protecting my running back. I'm not going to let him get hurt.
Marcus Thigpen is into the game now. He was a tailback, more of a wide receiver right now. Daniel Thomas charging up the middle and is stopped at the 42.
And guys, I think what Coach Philbin would like to see out of Daniel Thomas is the tough yards. You know, for the past 3 years, the Dolphins have suffered trying to get the tough yards, running inside and etc. He's the biggest back on this football team, and so you need to see him hit it up inside and drag defenders.
Well, Bob Greasy talked about the Williams boys, and they're both in there now. Damian Williams, the running back number 5, and Damian Williams, the receiver number 1, on second down and 15. Here comes the charge up the middle. Pass is incomplete. The Dolphins picked it up pretty well. Rashard Matthews was the target for Matt Moore. That'll bring up third down and 15. And Damian Williams, the running back, with a good block against the pressure.
Yeah. I think Matt ought to go to some other route now, Nat. I think they're they're jumping on that.
You think they worn it out? They worn it out a little bit?
That slant route, they're kind of jumping on it.
A little slant and go.
There, the two Williams. It'll be third down and 15. And on the screen pass, here's Damian Williams. And Williams will get inside the 40, but that's all. The Dolphins will be about 13 yards shy of the first down, and Michael Sam making the tackle for the Rams. So Michael Sam, the first openly gay player in the NFL, trying to earn a roster spot. He's battling Ethan Westbrooks, another rookie from West Texas A&M. A lot of attention on Sam, and he made the first cut and trying to survive here. Brandon Fields on fourth down will be kicking, and Justin Belton is back for St. Louis. Fields kick, bounces at the 1 and takes a Dolphin bounce, and it is down at the 3-yard line by Jordan Kovacs. Good hustle by Kovacs. Boy, that wedge sure checked up, didn't it, guys? Austin Davis has a long way to go when the Rams come back. Rams will start from the 4-yard line. Austin Davis, the quarterback, and Trey Mason, the tailback. Traditional pro set here, and Mason with the carry, and he's going to be tackled at the 1. So a loss of 3 thanks to Garrison Smith, the undrafted rookie from Georgia who just came in.
Let's go back there and look at that screenplay. Here's the back, Williams. He's going to screen this way. Now watch the line. All the offensive linemen are going to go the other way. Drop back to pass. Screen it. Right there. Freeze it. He's over here, and all of his linemen are over here.
Meanwhile, over here is an incompleted pass intended for Chris Gibbons and coverage by Jamar Taylor. Taylor and Will Davis starting. They've been fighting it out. Will Davis has looked very good, the 3rd-round pick in his 2nd year, but Taylor defending on that one.
And whose fault is that, Nat, on the screen? It looked to me, I mean, the offensive linemen, there was 4 or 5 of them went right.
Well, I would think it was the tailback, but a nice job by Matt Moore realizing that and just getting the ball to the back.
He found him
to get as much as you can.
He wasn't over to the right, so he found him to the left.
And a whistle.
Timeout,
and a timeout called by the Dolphins.
Charge, timeout.
First timeout. And third down and 12. The ball at the 1.5-yard line. So our first time out of the game. No score. 4.5 to go in the first quarter.
You know that I'm a guy, that they picked me for a reason. I came from a university where I was used to winning a lot of games, so I understood what it takes, from every angle, what every player and coaches need to do as far as that commitment to going out there and winning games. And that's all I want to do. I want to help these guys win games, and at the same time, the more you win, everybody kind of, gets a little bit more shine.
So Deion Jordan and Rashad Jones suspended for the first 4 games. They can't be anywhere near the facility. Got to be on their own. Meanwhile, it'll be third down and 12 from the 2. Dolphins have been tackling better in preseason. Still don't have an interception in the end zone. Davis's pass is caught by Gibbons, and Gibbons gets out of trouble and a first down. That is the third first down of the game for the Rams, and they get out of trouble up to the 22, a gain of 20.
Well, Kevin Coyle cannot be happy with this defense. Just a big hole in the zone defense. They went back too deep, and you don't get a good drop by the linebackers. There you see them bite up on everything, and it's just, Greasy, you can still complete that pass. It's so wide open.
It was a circle by the back to occupy the linebackers, and he threw a square in over the top.
Here is Trey Mason off the right side. Nothing doing there, and good pursuit led by Jonathan Freeney. This is an important game for Jonathan Freeney as well.
Well, Jonathan Freeney,
79 offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Is also fighting for his NFL life as he's fighting Chris McCain and Jordan Tripp to try and continue to make this football team.
Meanwhile, Greg Robinson, the first player picked out of Auburn, the offensive lineman, holding on the play, so the Rams will be set back. It'll be a first down and 20 from the
timeout. Jeff Fisher talking things over. Jordan Tripp, who made that tackle, is down scoreless in Miami. Offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, no score here in Miami. 2:34 remaining in the first, along with the Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holtzum, Andrew Siciliano. Twice tonight starting quarterback, and he is tonight starting quarterback Austin Davis has converted on 3rd and long. 2 for 3 on 3rd down overall. Converted on 3rd and long a couple of plays ago, backed all the way up on the 2 with a 20-yarder to Chris Gibbons. See what they do now on 3rd and 12. Need to make it out to the 32-yard line. Split backfield, and out of the shotgun, Mason leaks out, and that's where Davis is going to go. Mason underneath, but it's going to be shy of the first down, gain of around 8. Chris McCain on the tackle, punt time.
And I like that decision by Austin Davis. You have the protection, you check downfield, and then you get the ball out of your hands. And you got to remember, this drive started, on the 2? On the 3-yard line, and now you've gotten the ball to where Johnny Hecker can flip the field for you and put your defense out there and help you win this ball game.
You have a Pro Bowl punter, not afraid to use him. Marcus Thigpen is back to return as Hecker boots it away. Wow.
That's pretty.
Beautiful.
Big Pen's going to get a chance at a return from the 15-yard line. Far side has some speed. Good job, though. Rams hemming him in and keeping him near the 25-26. Emery Blake fighting for a job down there. It's a 56-yard punt for Johnny Hecker. No score.
Back live in South Florida, Sun Life Stadium, late first quarter. Rams and Dolphins are scoreless right here on the Rams Broadcasting Network. I'm Martin Kilcoyne down on the sideline. Time for a little What's Up with 7-Up. Camp notes for you. What's been happening out at Rams Park? Well, the news of Sam Bradford certainly was devastating, but on that same day we found out Tremaine Johnson's injury, not as serious as it appeared, a sprained MCL. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. Among the cuts to get down to 75, St. Louis's own TJ Moe. Also of note this week, E.J. Gaines, former Mizzou star, his stock is up. There's a chance he could be the starting corner replacing Tremaine Johnson in week 1. And one other note, it was asked, Sean Hill, now in that role of Kurt Warner, coming off the bench, people hoping for a miracle. He was asked if he ever worked at a grocery store, and Sean said no, but I did work at a fireworks stand as a kid in Kansas. I don't know if that counts.
Oh, wow. All right, Martin, thank you. There's E.J. Gaines, who did start tonight at corner. And yes, as we're here with Torrey Holder, Marshall Faulk, and certainly they know.
Good blitz.
Oh, nice play in the backfield there by Darren Bates, a special teams dynamo.
Time that up really well, and we know what Darren Bates can do on special teams. He's got to continue to improve his play at the line of scrimmage, at the linebacker position, and you saw right there shooting the gap, showing the burst, and getting him down on the football field, giving the Rams more depth at the linebacker position. I like it.
A nice run blitz there. And
really nice.
Greg Williams is sending the message, you want to blitz our QB? I'll show you something.
And this is something as well for Mike Zimmer to think about in week 1. Matt Moore, talk about miscommunication there. Wasn't on the same page with his wide receiver, Damian Williams, the former USC wide receiver. Guys, there's 2 Damian Williams on the Dolphins on offense. The wide receiver, Damian Williams, and the running back. That's the wide receiver 1. The running back wears number 5. He's now on the field on special teams, so it's mildly confusing.
Yeah, that would confuse me if they are on the field at the same time.
Brandon Fields now on punt, and Justin Velton back to return here. Not at all confusing. No, not at all. In the final minute of the first quarter, Fields gets it away, down to inside the 5 last time. Not going to happen here. Velton may get a return. Here he is in the 30. There is a flag down. That flag is back near the line of scrimmage at the 23. Short return for Velton. Bill Levy, your thoughts?
During the kick, holding, number 54 receiving team, 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick, first down.
All right, so the Rams will back up for their 3rd possession here for Jeff Fisher in the first quarter. Again, you ask, why did Sean Hill not start tonight? Because he's now the starting quarterback. Ryan Tannehill is not starting either. So you get Austin Davis, as most teams do in the 4th and final week of the preseason. You play it careful, close to the vest, and especially after losing 5 starters in the first quarter, or the first half, I beg your pardon, last week in Cleveland. Jeff Fisher said he'd never seen anything like it. It's Austin Davis's turn.
I want to talk about what just happened. So you watch Austin Davis made a play. Check the ball down, got the ball in a good position. Heckert makes a good kick. The defense go 3 and out. We get the ball back close to the 40. We won the field position war, and the penalty knocks you back.
And the penalty on Philip Stewart, who's battling with Lawrence Wilson for the 6th linebacker spot.
Smart football has to be played at all times.
Especially when jobs are on the line. Here, Trey Watts now in the game, helps pick up the rush, dump it off to Givens. Chris Givens, who looked so good last week, really the first time he had flashed with a couple of big plays in the preseason, does his job here and gets it out to the 43-yard line. Akins brings him down. It's a gain of 24.
And this is similar to the play that he scored on last week, pretty much hitting Givens on a little drag route, let him clear out to the other side of the field, and then find some blocks. Now get down. There he is. A little short motion. Work underneath the linebackers. Now look for the football. Good catch. Let's get the ball in the right hand.
And Bayer's down the field blocking.
And good route from a technical standpoint. He comes in motion. He's running a drag route. He's looking across the field to see what kind of bodies are over there. Once he recognizes that it's man, he gets his eyes back immediately to the quarterback, balls on him, and then he runs out to catch. That's a good play by Chris Givens.
And that takes us to the end of the first quarter.
The end of the first
Switching sides here. No score. 4th and final preseason. Rams and the Dolphins. Second quarter action from South Florida when we return. We've had fun this summer. We want to thank our affiliates carrying our fun on the Rams Broadcasting Network. Give a special thanks to all the viewers watching on Fox, KRBK in Springfield. 6 states, 10 affiliates, all watching right now. The Dolphins cheerleaders in South Florida getting ready to start the second quarter, flipping the field and getting Austin Davis in there, who's 5 of 8.
The affiliates, they were just watching too.
They were, Marshall.
They were.
5 of 8 for 70 yards for Austin Davis, who's the number 2 for now. But the one tonight sends Austin Pettis in motion. Little play fake to Trey Watts. Under pressure and throws it away over the head of his tight end, Alex Bayer.
Smart football. Nothing's there. No need to take a sack. We're trying to force the issue. Throw it out of bounds. We regroup. Call another play. Go from there.
Brian Schottenheimer calling that play in now. Torrey?
And these are really good quality reps for Austin Davis. He needs them. The more you see, the better you get. You can learn from the sideline, but it's nothing like learning when you're out there on the field.
Davis now 5 for 9. His back, Trey Watts, is 4 for 14. And Watts will get his 5th carry of the game and take it to the 45-yard line, called a gain of 2. The tackle by Jason Trusnick, veteran linebacker.
You know, when the back makes a gain of 2 look good.
Well, tell me why it looked good.
He's a glider. The movement is seamless. It doesn't take a lot to make people miss. Yet you do not lose speed when you make cuts. Some guys, you make a cut, you have to slow down and then start back up. Trey Watts, he's doing a great job right now.
3 for 4 on third downs. Rams have looked good on third down tonight. Let's see what they do now. 45-yard line. Need to make it to the 47 of the Dolphins. It's Bailey with a flag deep in the secondary. Bailey is going to get tripped up about 1.5 yards shy of the first down. The 49 of the Dolphins. Defensive holding maybe, though.
Yeah, hold it.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 31 defense. Penalty is declined. Did they make a first down? Correction, penalty would be accepted. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
All right, so Bill Levy gets it straight. The penalty there, Michael Thomas. Good eye, Torrey.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah,
Thomas
right.
is 31.
Yeah, right there. You just grabbed him just a little bit. It was sneaky, but the refs was able to see it. And you got to let him go after 5 yards, but he was able to get in there and just hold it just a little much.
One of those ones they are going to call this year.
Yeah.
At least they have so far. What happens next week?
Listen, man, they calling everything.
I was going to say, yeah, they calling everything.
They calling everything.
They are. Everything.
Everything.
See if that changes. Trey Watts, 6th carry, bounces to the outside. Oh, nice cut. Across the 40, down to the 38. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Oh, the vision. I talk about running with your eyes, and this is what I'm talking about. Take a little peek in the backside. There you go. Find the crease in the backside because the pressure got too far up the field. And then make a guy miss. There it is. Crease it. Make a guy miss. Now get down.
Yeah.
And always falling forward. Always falling forward. He's making it tough on the Rams on the decisions that they have to make.
Oh, I think it's a very easy decision when you see him make these plays. He has looked good, and here is Watts again.
Positive yards.
That's called riding the wave right there. That's not much. There's not much right there. It's simple power. It's simple power football, and you get downhill and then you run.
And here's the other rookie running back, Trey Mason. They have both looked good.
Yeah,
they have. I mean, it's one gets out there, he does what he does, and then the other one comes in. And it's like, you're not going to one-up me. The competition that they have at the position, if you just think a year ago, we didn't know what they had. Yep. There's competition and depth at the running back position right now for the St. Louis Rams.
I think depth is the key word, and I also think as we see Watts run into the line here, I think it's also key, guys, that there's going to be weekly competition. Who's going to be up every week?
And that's it.
And that competition, as we see Trey Mason on the sideline, only makes this backfield better.
And I believe you have to earn the position each week. You know, each week, it's not about, oh, you know, I did this, I did that. No, you get out there, you play in the games, and then in practice, you got to continue to get better. And whoever the starter is going to be a guy that earned it.
On third down, a play fake and a rollout and a ball thrown at the feet and incomplete. Bailey.
With the consistent running, show hard play action fake. All the flow is there, and then you have Stedman Bailey wide open. Austin Davis is killing himself right now, as you see. He knows that's a football that he can complete.
I'm like, it's third and short. You got to take Bear now. You got to take you take your first down right now.
Well, now we're going to get a field goal try and see if we can take 3. Greg Zuerlein, unofficially a 49-yard field goal try. Zuerlein was perfect last week after having trouble from distance earlier when we were inside of the Edward Jones zone. This one down the middle and through, and the Rams are on the board. 3-0. Zuerlein from 49. Rams lead, 11:46 remaining in the second quarter in South Florida. So the Rams are on the board, 3-0 after the Greg Zuerlein field goal from 49 yards away. It's a friends and family kind of night here at Sun Life Stadium. Not exactly a big crowd on a humid night. Jeff Fisher's team with the early lead, and I mentioned the heat. It's 92 degrees, guys, at kickoff with the humidity. It probably feels like 98, 99.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know what it feels like.
It's like a wet blanket out there.
Wow.
A wet blanket.
No, I mean, seriously, Torrey, Marshall. It is, as we see Zuerlein lining up, one of those nights where
you better get your fluids in.
Went out early.
Feels like 97.
Yeah. Went out early in Fort Lauderdale, and
that's
you just
real number.
Feel that air hanging here. And you know, this is part of the game when you play outdoors here in the humidity in South Florida. Have college football starting tonight and this weekend. You're gonna have a lot of similar temperatures as we get a kick here to Thigpen over his head and bouncing underneath the goalpost. Touchback. Special guest, not you, but a very special guest. The 99 Rams coming up. As we see the O-line talking to Paul Boudreau on the sideline. That O-line led the way to a Greg Zuerlein field goal of 49 yards. Your scoring summary brought to you by the restaurant at the Cheshire, St. Louis. The Cheshire now serving an award-winning brunch every Saturday and Sunday. Guys, Chris Givens, Trey Watts made plays on this drive, and then Zuerlein cleaned it up.
Yeah, we had a nice mixture of runs and pass plays, and that's what you have to do because the Miami Dolphins, they're not going to let you just run the clock out. You have to throw the football a little bit.
Seth Lobato is the new quarterback for the Dolphins as they go deep into the bench. He's a rookie from UNC, and he almost threw a pick to Darren Woodard on their very first snap. Almost. Almost.
And you know what most receivers would say to the DB? Please. They hit him in the hands. That was the problem.
And that's
that was the problem.
All right, you heard the voice there of another wide receiver. We are thrilled to have in a very crowded huddle here. Very crowded, greatest show on turf huddle.
GSOT.
Isaac Bruce, how are you, sir?
Blessed, man. What's up, St. Louis? Thanks for having me on.
So we have Marshall Torrey and Isaac Bruce. I am not playing the role of Kurt Warner tonight. I am simply calling the action as the Dolphins keep it on the ground here. Isaac, you live down here, rather. Good to be back seeing the team. Your thoughts? Got to start you here with the injury last week and Sam Bradford. Clearly, you guys have done this before.
Yep.
We saw it in '99. Yep. Is there any hope that Rams fans can draw from what you guys experienced?
Well, there's always hope because you still have to play the football game. You still have to play the schedule. Backups are on the team for a reason. So most of the time, your backup guys are the guys getting coached more than the starter most of the time. So, I mean, Sean's going to step in and he's going to have to do a good job.
As we see Daniel Thomas in motion under pressure from the blitz, and that ball is
there we
picked
go.
off.
There's a pick. That's what we wanted.
It's picked off by E.J. Gaines, Torrey. The rookie DB tipped into his hands.
Absolutely.
Seth Lobato throws a pick.
And right here, they bring pressure to his backside. The guard doesn't get out, and then listen, he threw the ball right here at Thigpen.
Catchable.
Listen, I'm confused with the rules of today's game. You just go up and make that catch. They can't touch you anymore.
They can't even breathe on you that hard, so you got to make that one.
But right there, great play, E.J. Gaines, Johnny on the spot. You make that play.
You make that play. And that's what they got to do. They got to do more of that this year. The secondary has to come up with more picks, give the offense more opportunities. Again, 9 interceptions last year. I keep going back to that. They got to improve in the interception rate.
You saw Greg Williams thanking Christian Bryant. He was the DB there that had the pressure. Davis on the rollout off the play fake, hit Stedman Bailey on the sideline. That's good for 15 guys and a first down to the 23.
And I like Brian Schottenheimer. Getting him, moving the launch point. They're going to bring pressure. We show run. Let's get Austin Davis out on the perimeter where he's exceptional, and there he throws a strike to Stedman Bailey.
Isaac, what do you think of this quarterback play here from Austin Davis?
Well, it's pretty good. You know, he's from one of the greatest conferences in the United States.
Where is he from?
He's from Southern Miss, so it's that black and blue Memphis football connection right there. So, you know, I got to root for that guy, man.
Oh, well, you teed him up nicely.
Yeah.
We have Isaac Bruce here in the booth with Marshall and Torrey.
And another steady route by Stedman Bailey, pushing the corner, not giving it away, Ike.
Right.
Pushing him down the field, and then he's able to get in and out of his break with a nice catch with the strong mitts that Marshall mentioned last week.
Oh, yeah, kind of a homecoming from Stedman right now. So he's one of the very polished wide receivers we have on this squad.
And a Miami guy, as you said, a homecoming. Into the AAA red zone for Stedman Bailey. See how much you can save with auto insurance from AAA. It takes it down to the 17.
Let me say this about what this team is going through compared to what we went through. The difference and the challenge for Sean is going to be, we were an offensive team. And we were able to do a lot of things early to help Kurt out, to get him started. And defensively, we early on in the season, we carried a lot of that. This team is built differently. They're built on defense. So defensively, they're going to really have to pick some shutouts early, run the football. I'm talking about run the air out of the football, and then take what Sean can give you, because we know that he can throw the football. We know what he can do in this league. We know. But the question is, can he give enough to help the running game and the defense to win football games?
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and 2. Bayer goes in motion, then retreats to the backfield. The block for Mason, who goes through the line and gets first down yardage. Down to the 10, needed the 13, got down to the 10. So here, they're running the air out of the football tonight.
There's that other young back we were talking about. You saw Trey Watts come in, and he did his thing, and Trey Mason is sitting on the sideline. He says, listen, I'm just waiting for my opportunity. And he gets in and does his thing. And I never was a guy on the bubble. I don't know what that's like. Serious. I asked those guys. I'm like, so what is it like? I wanted to know. He was like, I'm hungry every time I'm out there. Every time I'm out there, I'm hungry.
Here's Davis. Ball knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Look for Bayer over the middle. And what is tight end?
And that's, you got to acquire information when you're doing this job.
Of course, Marshall, you do research. You don't mail it in.
I had no idea what being on the bubble felt like. So when I asked him, I'm like, what is it like? He's like, every time I'm on the field, I'm hungry. I want perfection. I can't mess up because it's an opportunity wasted if I do.
Right.
So and I'm watching it. I'm watching these two young backs battle for that 3rd spot.
Can somebody call Kurt? I feel out of place. Davis
throws.
Touchdown. Austin Pettis for the Rams into the end zone.
And he needed that play badly. He's been quiet all preseason. He needed that play. And he's been very reliable for this Rams offense. So it's good to see Austin Pettis, who works really hard at his craft, come down with a big catch for a touchdown. All hands, nice.
I'm just happy for Austin Davis. This is a huge improvement of what we saw last year. He is doing a heck of a job with the opportunity right now, and I think he's earning that number 2 spot and gaining the confidence of Les Snead and Jeff Fisher.
Scores a touchdown here, and Zerline adds the extra point to make it 10-0 with 8:14 remaining. Isaac Bruce, stick around, could you please?
Yeah, I can.
Where are you gonna go? I mean, stick around.
Go home,
going nowhere.
Isaac Bruce with us for more when we return. Rams 10, Dolphins 7. Here we go, 10-0.
This is one of those focus games right here.
Rams on top of the Dolphins, 8:14 remaining. The scoring summary brought to you by the restaurant of the Cheshire, St. Louis.
It's like
touchdown.
It's like the locker room again.
Austin
right now.
Pettis. And we're on the air with that locker room live. Torrey Holt, Marshall Falk, and Isaac Bruce as well.
Thanks for letting us know, Andrew.
This is the greatest show on turf assembled here, minus a quarterback and some other parts as well. Here in the booth, I'm early Andrew Siciliano with this crew. Greg Zerline set to kick off here for the Rams as Marcus Thigpen is back to return. Austin Davis started tonight, led that touchdown drive. Sean Hill will not play this evening. Zerline sends it to Thigpen all the way back in the end zone. Hey, Isaac Bruce, why don't you take us through what you saw on this drive? Here's a little play fake here in a rollout.
Good route by Austin Davis. Austin Davis come out throwing the ball. Real great route by Stedman Bailey. Bailey getting up the field. Trey Mason here running behind his pads, being physical like he was doing in college. I was a big fan of his down at Auburn. And just the big leg here, finishing it off after Pettis gets in the end zone for 6.
And it puts the Rams on the board. So 8:14 remaining. See the time of possession. Rams doubling up the Dolphins for the most part, 14-17 to 7-29. We had Matt Moore starting at quarterback in place of Ryan Tannehill as Joe Philbin keeps his starters for the most part on the bench. Daniel Thomas started at tailback, and here he takes the handoff from Seth Lovato. All right, so Torrey, Isaac, you guys both called it quits in 99, which means come up this year in February, both of you are eligible for Canton, Ohio. Torrey, make a case as we look at the numbers. Make a case for Isaac Bruce, and Isaac, you make a case for Torrey.
There it is.
Well, let me start. You know what? This is the way I normally answer this question when I get asked. You're talking about a guy who had 5 consecutive 1,300 yards receiving seasons, and it's never been done in the NFL. Guy came out on the scene, working hard, tremendous, made big plays in the postseason as well as the regular season.
Lovato completes it deep downfield to the wide receiver, number 83. That is Matt Hazel, 83, Matt Hazel. All right, Torrey, your turn.
And for me, 1,000 receptions, 15,000 yards, 91 touchdowns, 14.9 average. I know that's huge for Isaac.
Yeah, that's what you look at.
Very consistent, worked hard every single day. Made plays in the regular season, made even bigger plays in the postseason. With all 3 of us actually are sitting here with Super Bowl rings. Played in 2, lost 1, but we're sitting here with Super Bowl rings. I think that is the case why both of us have a strong opportunity of being in the Hall of Fame production.
Marshall, you're there. Your turn.
Can we get the graphic again with the numbers?
Can we put the numbers up
Serious.
again?
I just want to share this with people.
Daniel Thomas runs
the numbers
by the way on that last play.
This is very important because there's going to be other receivers, and their name's going to be on the ballot. And I'm not taking anything away from those other receivers, but those numbers happen at the same time, on the same team, together, with one football. So understand when you see that, don't discount. We're talking about 2 guys that played in their prime together. I was on that team, and I touched the football a lot too. Understand what they did. So those numbers, don't get confused when you see those numbers, because there's some funny numbers out there right now for receivers. Those are real numbers.
Kevin Cohn, while we were discussing Hall of Fame credentials, Kevin Cohn, number 15, with the catch at the far sideline, and it brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 4, 6 minutes, clock moving remaining. Here's Damian Williams, the other Damian Williams, flag on the play, likely a hold. He gets first down yardage across midfield, but now there are 2 flags on the play.
I don't know how you call the last flag, because the back's still running.
Bill
unless they called him out of bounds.
The personal foul.
Bill been around a long time.
because the defender held up. I mean, if you take a look at it, that spin move right there, and the defender,
there were fouls on both teams. Holding, number 81 offense. Personal foul, late hit, number 68 defense.
No.
The penalty's offset. Replay 3rd down.
That's just, you know, there was no whistle. The back stepped out of bounds and kept running. There was no whistle, and the hit occurred. It's preseason, man.
They're going to get Harlan on that.
I keep sticking with that. It's preseason. The refs got to get their work in, too.
Bill Levy is a veteran official, unlike some of the officials we've seen the last couple of weeks. So we'll do it again. 3rd and 4, ball's on the 49. Need to get it to the 48 of the Rams for a new set of downs, and the clock keeps on moving now at 5:37. Lovato over the head of Damian Williams. Seth Lovato, Damian Williams, not the one from SC, the other Damian Williams here from Oklahoma. That's what we have here with 5:33 remaining. Hey, Isaac, you have an event next week in St. Louis. Tell us about it.
I do. It's the annual IBF Fall Gala. We're having it at the Hyatt Regency downtown St. Louis. Tickets are $80. You can call 314-369-4074. Tiffany Burris, she'll get you hooked up. Great deal. And we've been making an impact in St. Louis since 2006. So
give me that number again. 314-369-
4074.
Beautiful. It's great to have you here. As we have a punt to Greg Reed, who's going to field it deep in his own end on his 4. And maybe gets a yard. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, no, man, we having fun.
You want Isaac Bruce to stick around?
Yeah,
Isaac, do you want to stick around? I don't mean to kick you out. All right, Isaac, staying here. One more song. All right, 10-0 is the score here. 5:23 remaining. Second quarter. You guys want to tweet the booth? Tori loves it when you tweet us. Tweet. Hashtag Rams. Tweet the booth. What's wrong with this picture with these jerseys?
8-1.
What's wrong with that picture? What's wrong with that picture? Not Tori and Isaac. But we have them here. Marshall here as well.
88 is a young, big game. 81 is a season.
Oh, we have Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Falk in the room. We also have Alex Bayer, 82 on the field, and Austin Davis zips that ball to him on the 23-yard line. I mean, I wasn't trying to kick out Isaac Bruce before when we went to commercial. One last song, though. People held their lighters in the air here, and we bring you back.
And we got fans. We got Ram fans here. You got some fans. We got Ram fans here.
Alex
saw him early in pregame.
This is what he's been doing all camp as well. He can get open. He can catch the football. Needs some work in the run game. But this is another dimension that he can add to the St. Louis Rams offense. A guy you can flank out and get some mismatches and take advantage of.
It's amazing how you know, it's your voice and you're down there. I don't know how that works. Alex Bayer came in with 9 catches, averaging 13.1. A reception. Kenny Britt, Lance Kendrick.
Seasoned guy.
Seasoned. I'm Andrew Siciliano here in the booth again. Isaac Bruce, Marshall Falk, and Torrey Holt in a greatest show on turf reunion.
That Kenny Britt is a big guy, man.
Yes, he is.
Wow. Yeah, he put together.
Wow.
Man.
Out to the 29-yard line, 2nd and 5. Trey Watts back in the game at tailback here for the Rams. Davis with the play fake. Nowhere to go. Sacked by number 68 of the Dolphins. Second time Garrison Smith has gotten there.
And right there, I'm going to give him either you throw it away or you eat it quickly, and he made a decision he was going to take the sack. Right there, he made a decision he was going to take the sack. And sometimes a young quarterback get caught. They get caught in which decision is best. You just make it and make it quick.
And he pushed through. Garrison Smith did push through Travis Bond, who's fighting for a roster spot there, number 60. Bill Levy says timeout. 30-second timeout with 3:28 remaining. We will keep it right here, as you see on the bottom of the screen. A friendly reminder, 314 Rams ticks.
Let me say this. Now, Austin Davis is a relatively young quarterback. Let's say you went almost 2 quarters without burning a timeout because the communication and what he needed to do, he was able to do. A lot of young quarterbacks, they get up to the line of scrimmage, they'll burn them quick. I'm just pointing out little things about what he has brought to this team and his case of, hey, I'm a good enough number 2.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about. This is an audition for him.
Yes, it is.
And I believe Gilbert is going to get his chance to audition for the 3 spot as well.
Garrett Gilbert, who we'll see later today. You know, let's look at some dates here, Marshall, as they break the huddle. Maybe we'll do that in a couple of seconds here, because as we look at cutdown day coming up on Saturday, 3rd and 11 coming up here, the Rams do have some tough decisions to make. And Austin Davis and Garrett Gilbert right now are penciled in as the quarterbacks behind Sean Hill. But you would love some veteran experience. Hill was brought in as the veteran experience.
False start, number 79, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Second penalty tonight on Robinson. He had a hold earlier. Hill was brought in as the veteran backup behind Bradford. Now that Hill is the starter, you might like to have a veteran backup behind Hill. Austin Davis has made plays the last 3 preseasons. You know, but if there's somebody out there, you'd be hard-pressed to pass on it. The question is, who is going to come free? And chances are, it's not going to be anyone any good. It might be a veteran, but the Rams may have a decision to make on whether or not they want to bring that veteran in. Davis will check it down to Watts here. Watts is going to be about 4 or 5 yards shy of the first down. He's going to get out to the 28-yard line. Deion Jordan, the first-round pick a year ago with a tackle, 4th down.
You know, I understand the whole presence of having or the whole reason of having a veteran backup, but I believe that if Austin Davis continues to do. And I don't know if he's done for the night, but what he has shown me last week and this week, he can handle the 2 job. Now, if something, let's just say something happened to Sean Hill, and now you bring a veteran in.
Yeah.
But I believe right now he's done everything possible.
Ball out again.
Big Ben cannot pick it up, and he hits it back twice across the 15, down to the 12. Marcus Thigpen fighting for a job. That certainly can't help. Hey, guys, let's do tonight's Lindenwood University Learning the Game. We break down a big play from days gone by, and we'll break down Tavon Austin last year, his big punt return in Indianapolis.
You know, I don't even know if there's much to break down here. A nice wall, and this is what the guy does. He's electric. In the return game, you get him the football, and now we're starting to see it as a receiver on this football team. You give him one guy to beat, a dynamic guy with the football. You give him one guy to beat, and guess what he's going to do? He's going to beat that guy every time.
Yep.
He is. That's Lindenwood University. Learning the game, the leading edge in accelerated degrees for 40 years. Seth Lobato is our quarterback, and he's going to dump it off with a flag down again to Matt Hazel as Miami is going deep into its bench.
Offside, number 50, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
All right, so Tavon Austin there on the bench after his punt return. Ray Armstrong still on the field for the Rams, and he's called for that one. Michael Sam, Ethan Westbrook's not pictured on your screen now, but they are also still on the field here for the Rams with 2:38 remaining in the second quarter.
Austin is a special player. I mean, he can hurt you in so many ways. You saw there on the punt return. He can also can hurt you as a kick returner. They can line him up in the slot. He can kill you. They lined him up outside a couple times last year, and he was able to make some big plays. Get him the ball more. I kind of see his role. I kind of see him being kind of like how Percy Harvin is out in Seattle. How dynamic he is. You know, this is what he can. This is what Tavon Austin brings to the St. Louis Rams offense. They got to make sure they get him the football with some regularity.
2-minute warning. Gator Hoskins with a catch for a first down on that last play. His name is Gator. I mean, that's what they call him. They call him Tavon. 10-0, 2-minute warning. 10-0. Greg Williams defense on the field, 2-minute warning. Jeff Fisher, head coach of this team. We ask you to join him now the 2014 St. Louis Rams Tuesday, September 2nd for the kickoff for charity luncheon benefiting the United Way of Greater St. Louis. Go to stlouisrams.com for more information. Always a good time as we get ready to start the season next week against the Vikings. Rams have the lead here. See what the defense can do at the 2-minute warning. This is Seth Lobato, and he's going to get drilled and brought down by Ethan Westbrook.
My guy has been showing up, and he and Sam battling for roster spot. Westbrook can play D-end, D-tackle. No, he can play along the front. Has a lot of versatility, and there he is there coming up with a big sack.
Completion here to Damian Williams. The other Damian Williams, the running back, he stays on his feet pretty impressive. Joyner's got to chase him down to the far sideline, gain of 5. For Westbrooks, Torrey, it's his second sack. It's his second sack of the preseason, trying to make this team, and he is our Monsanto Rookie Crop featured player of the night, wherever your day takes you. However it ends, chances begin with a farmer. The Monsanto rookie, Ethan Westbrooks.
19.5 sacks you see there in 2012, 10 quarterback pressures. I mean, this guy can get after the quarterback and stout in the run. And talking to the coaches, Coach Waffle and those guys, they talk about how strong he is at the point of attack. And watching him in the weight room, so he can lift the weight room.
Here's Joyner blitzing off the edge. They pick that up, and Woodard almost has his second pick. Granted, he didn't get either. One hit him in the hands, and he dropped it. This one over his head.
But this Ram secondary has been playing really good football tonight. They've gotten off on third downs. They've got a pick. Should have 2 picks, 3 picks actually. You know, they're showing up. Brandon McGee is out. You know, he's out with the ankle, but EJ Gaines and Roberson and Woodard and Reed.
And there's Alexander on the screen,
you know,
as well.
All these guys are battling for a roster spot, and they're showing up. It's just great competition on this Rams roster. You know, 10 out of the 11 guys tonight that they drafted are playing with an opportunity possibly to make this team. If they don't make this team, they're showing good tape where they have an opportunity, Marshall, you know this, to make another squad, because teams need good ball players, and these guys are showing well.
And sometimes as a young player, you sulk because you don't get the reps you want. But when you do get those reps, you better understand that you're putting it on tape not just for the team that you are wearing the uniform for. You're putting it on tape for everybody in the whole NFL.
Yes.
Everyone. Yes.
And as we see, Ethan Westbrook's there on the sideline. Guys, they're not putting him on the street.
Listen.
In any way, shape, or form.
Let me say this. You know, you think about Ethan Westbrook. You know, and West Texas A&M. We're starting to find out. Hey, they play football over there.
Yeah.
How do you miss on a guy like that? How do you?
Austin Davis here throws as we're back to live action, and it's the Austin to Austin, Pettis to Davis connection.
Sacking the quarterback is a premium. It's a premium. How do you just miss on a guy?
Well, you know, the Rams had a lot of competition, Marshall, as Austin Davis runs a hurry-up offense here. Clock under 1 minute as he fires and completes to your favorite guy, Brad Smelly, across midfield at the 40-yard line. Hurry-up offense here.
And right there, this is. I want to see Austin Davis operate this no huddle, and I'm liking what I see so far from him. He's doing a great job.
Rams have 2 timeouts. Here's the blitz off the edge, and they meet me at the quarterback 3. Dolphins converge at midfield and rip down Austin Davis. Let's give it to Tevin Mims. How about that? Jenkins as well. Rams will burn a timeout.
And right there, that's learning tape. You can't take a sack in a 2-minute drill. You cannot take that sack. That ball has to come out at a running back's feet. Check it down quick. You cannot take that sack. And right here, I call him, that guy comes free. I don't know if that's the back. I don't know if the guard did pop out. Couldn't tell whose assignment it was. But for Austin Davis, you have to identify when a guy's running free and get rid of the football.
And this has been, and not just this year, the last 2 years, where Austin Davis has excelled. Late game situations, normally the fourth quarter mopping up, here the second quarter, but this is what he's done well. He
has, and I like watching him operate in this aspect of the offense. I believe this is when he first caught my eye as a guy that, man, this kid, he's dynamic because what he does great is when he's scrambling and he's a runner, he remains a passer by keeping the ball in the position to throw it.
Blitzed again. That was a loss of 8 on the sack. He's going to get it away over the middle to Austin Pettis again at the 45, but they're still going to be 15 yards shy, call it 14-15 of the first down, and the clock is still running as the Rams struggle to get lined up.
Let's go.
Chris Givens running out to the bottom of your screen. 3rd and 15. They're going to snap the ball at 13 with a timeout to burn and take a shot deep down the field and incomplete for Emory Blake, stopping the clock at 8.
See, that's a throw right there. As a young quarterback, you make that throw, and you got to keep the ball in the field of play and give your receiver a chance to make the catch. Even if you throw an interception, guess what? They are going to have the ball at their end of the field, and that's that.
Are you ready for a 63-yard field goal try?
Listen, that ball don't travel well in this humidity.
63-yard field goal try coming up for Greg Zuerlein. 63 yards.
Timeout, Miami.
Timeout taken.
They're second.
Come on, man.
By
30-second
the
timeout.
Dolphins.
We are not in Denver. This is not. We are not in Denver. This is Miami. It's humid.
Unfortunately, we can't.
It's 97. Feels
career long is 60, by the way.
Feel like 97. This right here. This would be big.
This would be big. It wouldn't count. You see Joe Philbin talking it over to Bo Levy on the sideline.
I feel like I want to say if he make this, I'll buy all of St. Louis a drink.
I wouldn't do that. I mean, you know, for St. Louis, I would ask that you do it. But for you, I'm looking. I mean, go ahead. You want to do it?
Maybe I'll sign autographs for free for like 20 minutes or something.
20 minutes. Oh,
wow. We'll go ahead and put that out there then, bro.
I'm scared.
Where?
I'm scared.
Where?
Okay, I'm gonna do it for 15 minutes.
15.
Yeah.
Where?
If he make this, I'm gonna do it. I'll say I'm gonna set it up. It's on my word now.
Free autographs from Marshall Faulk for 15 minutes. If this is good.
Yeah.
No.
You got lucky, boy. You got lucky,
Marshall.
boy.
Marshall. Yeah. Your hand was twitching in fear. He had the distance.
That looked good.
Hey, I'm just telling you, we're in Miami. Laces out.
That looked good, though.
Laces out.
Were you sweating? I mean, you're sweating here 97 degrees.
The ball always
target practice for Greg.
It's left in Miami. You know that. Laces out.
Target practice for the Greg, the leg.
That was fun. Greg Zuerlein is the you know, the first kicker in league history to make a 50-plus and a 60-plus in the same season.
But I was serious, though. I was going to do my 15 minutes of free autographs.
I know. And by the way, I mean, what an offer from you.
I'm just saying.
I know. You're a man of the people. You're a man of the people. All right, you'll see what Marshall Faulk can maybe put on the line in the second half. Or Torrey Holt, see what you can do. 10-0, heading to the breaks. Highlight, interview downstairs as well. Rams on top.
All right, here with the head coach, Jeff Fisher. And Jeff, a lot of minutes, a lot of moments for Austin Davis, a guy you may need more from this year. How big are these minutes that he's getting tonight?
Well, it's a great experience for him, you know, and he's missed a couple throws, and you don't want to take a sack here and there, you know, especially creating some of the long down and distance stuff that we're getting pretty good at converting, which is not a good thing. But all in all, he's got a good feel for what he's doing. So we're gonna let Garrett go. You know, let Garrett see what Garrett can do in the second half.
You've historically had a different approach to the fourth game. Did it change after Cleveland, not just with Sam Bradford, but other players getting injured?
Yeah, like I said, we had 5 stars leave the game in the first half. So we got, you know, we'll get plenty of work in this week. We got a few extra days, and we need to look at some young guys, and they're doing well right now. We've changed the system up a little bit to fit some of the things they're doing. They're doing well.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. That's Jeff Fisher getting ready for the second half.
All right, Martin, Jeff, thank you. Garrett Gilbert there down to the sideline. First quarterback drafted by Jeff Fisher and Les Snead. Les, the Rams GM, joins us in a couple of seconds. We'll see Garrett Gilbert coming up for the second half. 10-19, a $1.08 here in action in the first 3 weeks. 10-0. Rams started Sean Hill, started Austin Davis today. Did not start Sean Hill. We're going to see the Rams defense on the field. Here is Greg Zernline, who missed a 63-yard field goal at the end of the first half, is going to get it going. And Orleans Darkwa, who is an undrafted rookie free agent running back out of Tulane, is back to return this one. And Darkwa takes it 6 yards deep, brings it out to the 10, the 15. Darkwa out of lane there before being brought down on the 22-yard line by Adrian Sabino. So, Les Snead, as promised here, Rams GM joining us in the booth here. Torrey Holt, Marshall Faulk. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Again, no Sean Hill here to start this game. Les, as we see the defense on the field, let's talk a little bit, though, about the quarterback position. That is number one, first and foremost, in everyone's mind. Where do you guys stand now, and your thoughts on what we saw tonight from Austin Davis?
Well, I think Austin, throughout the preseason, not just tonight, has proved he's our number 2. We're going to go with Sean Hill, and you know what? We'll address the elephant in the room. It's a very tough blow for Sam, but we're optimistic. We get the cliche, teams win, individuals don't. That's a cliche, but I'll paint a picture for you. If you take last year and you put Andrew Luck and you put Drew Brees and you put Kellen Clemens in a room, I knew who y'all are picking for the fantasy team, but if you go Indianapolis, New Orleans, St. Louis, and you say who won the game, the Rams did. So it was a team effort. It wasn't just one individual.
How closely will you watch the quarterback position? As we see here, a 2nd and 9, Darkwa ran for a yard at the first down. As we have the quarterback Lobato scrambling, he's going to get across the 30, get a big hit, and that is going to be a flag and 15 yards. And that was called on number 93 for the Rams, Courtney Brown.
Personal foul, late hit, number 53 defense, going down to the quarterback on the ground, 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, moving that aside here, how closely, Les, will you watch the quarterbacks that come free?
We'll monitor the waiver wire. We always do that this time of year. But like Jeff said in the press conference earlier in the week, you know what? Sean Hill and Austin Davis are our guys.
When you're looking at an Austin Davis, and I've been raving about him. I've watched the maturation process since we saw him the first time. How do you figure a guy makes that jump? Because I saw it this year. We knew he could do things outside the pocket, but it was like he was out to prove to us that he can operate in the pocket and standing tall in the pocket on 3rd and long, throwing the ball down the football field, completing 3rd down passes. What does that do for you when you bring a guy like that in?
What's interesting is I think this is year 3, so that experience means something. We all remember him as a rookie, and he made plays. Last year, he was the 2 coming into the preseason, and I thought he just played not to lose the 2 spot. And I think anytime you guys are y'all know as well as I do as players, you can't play not to lose. And I think this year he played to win again and not be scared and use the experience that he had to not just roll around and make plays, but utilize the offense, plays, calls, and the weapons around him.
Let's move to an important position on this team, the running backs. There's depth. I'm talking about depth and the battle that Trey Watts and Trey Mason has for when they get in the game. It's like, you're not going to one-up me. It's awesome to watch those two young guys compete at this level and do what they are doing.
Well, Marshall, it takes about 5 to replace you, so that's what we're trying to do.
Oh, but so you're going to keep 5 running backs? Is that a hint?
That's a Floridian, whatever you call it, Floridian slip, right?
There's Lobato on 3rd and 8. And there's Big Pan downfield. First down into Rams territory in the 30.
It's tough not to include all 5 of them. I mean, they've all played well.
Yeah,
I
think you're exactly right. And when you start talking about numbers, you know, some team, you always have a general feel of what positions and how many do you keep. But at the end of the day, when it gets to 47 to 53, you want to keep the best football players.
Yes. And I've noticed Trey Mason's on punt team. Trey Watts is on kickoff return as the up back blocking, getting their feet wet in the special team game, because that's important if you're going to be a reserve.
Well, sometimes these, you know, when you come from an SEC school and you're starting, you're not used to covering kicks.
Come on, man.
On the far sideline, Darren Woodard got his hands on it. That's 3 times.
He
has almost had a pick.
Here's a great story on that kid right there.
We have an injury. Hold on one second. An injury down 43-yard line for the Rams. As we see Woodard knock that ball away. You heard the voice of Les Snead, the Rams GM, in there. And is that Ethan Westbrooks? That is Ethan Westbrooks, who is down on the 42. Les, stick around for a second if you could, please. Get an update on Westbrooks. Hopefully good news when we return. 10-0, 3rd quarter.
How do you go undrafted when you're as crafty as he is at sacking the quarterback? And that's such a premium in our league.
I think he goes undrafted 214 draft because it was so deep. I think in most drafts he's going to get drafted, but at the end of the day, he transferred to a couple of schools. He did run into a few trouble, as a youth, nothing major. So some of those glitches may have gotten him undrafted, but this draft was deep, so I think it pushed him to CFA.
That's the voice of Les Snead, our Rams GM in the booth. Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holtum, Andrew Siciliano, Ethan Westbrooks has a sack tonight. He is battling, most people will tell you. Number 96, Michael Sam, was lighting up here at left end. Sam had a tackle while we were discussing there on 2nd down. Here's the blitz, picked up by Williams. Quarterback, though, hit as he throws. Christian Bryant got back there, and that's an incompletion. Is it fair to say that those two are fighting for that final D-line spot?
You know, they're definitely in a battle, and it's not just those two battling each other, but for that, in that position group, they're battling each other. Yeah. But again, like a lot of people, we're battling Trey Wattses and players like that as well.
All right, so this ball is on the 38-yard line, so this is a 56-yard field goal try for Caleb Sturgis, who's taken the preseason off with a groin injury. Here's his first try. Caleb Sturgis, a low line drive kick, which is going to be short and wide. So no good, and the Rams keep the shutout going. 10-0. Les Snead, time for one more?
We'll do one more.
All right, one more song for Les Snead when we come back. 10-0, 11:52 in the 3rd. Rams fans, are you looking for a great deal? If so, the Sack Packs are you. Pick up the all-new 4-game Sack Pack and be there to help defend our turf this season. StLouisRams.com on the internet. 314 Rams ticks the good old-fashioned way. Let your fingers do the walking. A Sack Pack. We have Les Snead in the booth here in a 10-0 game. 3rd quarter in Miami. The Hall of Famer, Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holtum, Andrew Siciliano, and now Garrett Gilbert, the rookie quarterback in the game, and he misfires on his first throw, deep downfield, intended for Emory Blake.
And Les, I want you to touch on, you had 11 draft picks. I think 10 of those 11 guys are out here tonight playing with an opportunity to make the squad. I don't know if all of them will make the team, but just talk about how they played, in training camp and in preseason, and still remain on the depth chart.
When you do 11, it's hard for all 11 to make it, yeah. and that's a lot of draft picks. Some you hopefully end up on practice squad, but each one's in a different category. You take your first rounders. Greg Robinson's playing a lot tonight, and each snap just helps him get better, get ready for regular season action, and then You go all the way down to, to a kid who just blitzed and made a pressure, Christian Bryant, who came injured all last year at Ohio State, and he's only played, this is his second preseason game, so he's trying to make, a name for himself over the last 2 games.
And you see Trey Watts there carry. He's also been very, very impressive as well. On third down, Les, take me through the process real quick. 3 o'clock Central Time Saturday is when you got to be down to 53. What's the next step for you guys?
Well, I think what we'll do is, because it's a road trip, it'll be a late night. We'll get in. You're going to have to watch this film, evaluate it. You got some guys that are fighting for spots tonight.
Incomplete down the sideline for Franklin, flag down.
We'll discuss it tomorrow. There is a waiver wire that goes out tomorrow at 3. We will probably, if we do any cuts tomorrow, we'll be post 3 o'clock tomorrow.
He'll use the hands to the
so
face,
that we don't have to turn them in
5-yard penalty,
to the rest of the league
down.
tomorrow. But we may do some tomorrow evening, and then there's a few guys that you may have to sleep on.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, some teams call it and will ask to trade for a few. So you carry those guys all the way up to the wire on Saturday.
And the practice squad, for those who did not hear the news last week, has gone from 8 to 10. Does that in any way affect your decision making, or is the bigger question, can the guy that we may cut get through waivers to the practice
I think that's
squad?
if you're ever, the key is when you want a guy on practice squad, you need to ask yourself the question, what can he get through? And if he doesn't, what's your tolerance to losing that player?
Yeah.
And if your tolerance level is not good there, you better keep him on your 53.
Here's Austin Franklin, first down across the 40.
Well, good luck. I mean, because you and your staff have done a good job of assembling a lot of talent on this ball club. So good luck with the process. I know it's going to be tough. The players have made it tough for you. I mean, they played some good football. They made it tough for you. So I wish you guys well. And I know you'll put the best 53 guys out there on the football field.
Appreciate it, Troy. That's the goal. And you feel bad for those kids waiting on Saturday, because that's an anxious, day or next couple of days for these guys.
As we see Trey Watts, who has certainly impressed here in the preseason, run for a couple of yards over the right side. Let's give him 3. Really, the numbers are amazing when you do the math and you say 75 down to 53 for 32 teams. We're talking Les Snead, 704 players who will receive some kind of bad news in the next 48 hours, and many of them on this field here today, as each of these teams has to get down 22 more guys, and some may go to injured reserve. Some know that already is a likely destination. But, a lot of guys out there, you got to give credit. They're fighting for their jobs out here in oppressive heat, knowing that if it's not them, then it's someone else. Give me a thought, Les, if you could, on Trey Watts, because Marshall can't stay in his seat here when this guy's running.
Well, I think, and I've said this many times, and Marshall will know this, the kid ran a 4.8 40, but he's one of the more productive college football players in his career. So he has things that maybe it's not speed, it's vision, it's patience, his feet are unbelievably quick. So, but I think as Marshall knows running backs, the ability to be patient to the hole and then find air and go to it is pretty impressive.
There's Veltung in motion. Seen him a lot on special teams, returning kicks tonight. Short drop for Gilbert, hit as he throws. He gets that ball away, and he gets it complete to Smelly. Then the ball comes out. If they say he had it and he was down, which it looks like they're going to say, then Smelly has himself a first down.
I know one thing. Smelly might be the best name in the NFL right now.
You love that name.
Smelly.
And they're going to give him a first down.
I had a shout out for the Auburn crew. He's a roll tider, so I can say roll tide every now and then.
Hey, you dropped a
War Eagle.
Yeah, you dropped a War Eagle. Thank you, fill in the blank there a couple of weeks ago when you joined us. Garrett Gilbert here. Full hand to Watts again. And man, not only shifting.
Marshall's shaking his head. He's made Marshall's team.
Oh, he has, and the kid has unbelievable patience, but he runs behind his pads and he's trusting his eyes, and I'm watching. I'm watching it. I know the blocks, I know the plays. I'm looking at the front. I know where the ball should go, and he's making all the right decisions with the football. And that's all you want in a young back in a game like this, at this junction.
51 yards tonight on 13 carries for Trey Watts.
Well, Marshall, you were very dangerous catching the ball in the backfield.
Gilbert avoids 1 sack.
Good pickup by Watts there.
Nice scramble and gets down to the 20, about 2 yards shy of a first down. Garrison Smith, who's been disruptive, a couple of sacks chasing him.
Les, in today's league, a quarterback that can buy time, extend the play, and take a negative play like that and have you in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. The league is going there. If you don't have a guy that's super intelligent, I mean, on the money accurate, big arm, change plays, do all that stuff, you got to have somebody that can be mobile.
Good point. And with Garrett, he ran a spread, the new version of offenses in college football, but they did some of the read option with him. I think there was a Temple game where he nearly had 100 yards rushing in that game.
Start, number 70, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
They gave it to Washington, but it looked like Watts was leaning forward as well there.
Gilbert, he had 20-some plus rushing touchdowns as a quarterback. In college, I think he did. I mean, so he showed the ability to run the ball.
There's a deceptive athleticism.
Yeah, very, very deceptive.
But I just think it's a part of the new breed of quarterbacks and how they are coming out of college. Extending plays, buying time.
Well, you extend a play, there's no coverage for extending a play. The defense now is playing street ball a little bit.
3rd and 9, Gilbert steps up, guns with a flag down to the perimeter. He has it caught for the first out of the 12 by Franklin. Will Davis on the tackle.
We deal with that, at least 4 times a year with San Fran and Seattle.
Number 15 offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
So they're going to get Franklin for pushing off.
He must have pushed at the top of the route. Here he is working one-on-one, releases off nice, and he didn't have to do that.
That's not much.
No,
but that's not much.
It's not much, but he didn't have to do that at all.
I'm going to bite my lips.
Yeah, right there. That's the ref. He just wanted to get his flag.
But anytime you extend. Anytime the receiver extends,
he had to get his work in.
Torrey defending. You're a receiver.
I know, but anytime the receiver extends,
yeah, but
he's going to get that call.
That's not Darrell Jackson to the back of the end zone of the Super Bowl. That's just a little nudge there.
You can't extend. I'm telling you, if I'm coaching him, he comes to me, I'm telling him, you cannot extend. As soon as you extend, they're going to call it. Got to keep it. If it's got to be a quick, short chicken wing, or it's got to be all through run motion. You can't extend. It's going to get called every time.
Veltung there, short gain. It's going to bring up 4th and 21. And here comes Greg Zuerlein. Now this is, by my eyes, this is going to be a 53-yard attempt. Marshall for the 63-yard field goal. Les, Marshall offered free autographs for 15 minutes to the fans in St. Louis if Zuerlein nailed the 63-yarder. Marshall, do you have anything on the table for the 53-yarder?
Yeah, 53, that's nothing.
No, nothing?
Yeah, that's a bag
5
of
minutes
chips.
autographs?
He could make this in a suite.
Fans at home, I tried. Here's Zuerlein. It's worth 3. No autographs, no drinks. Just
chip shot.
Les Snead, GM of the Rams, thank you so much for joining us for the extended interview.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
As the Rams get down to 53 on Saturday. 13-0. Greg Zuerlein, no good from 63, but very good from 53. And it's 13-0 here. The Rams on top of the Dolphins. Still 5:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter on a balmy, kind of sweaty, ugly, schwitzen through your shirt kind of night here in South Florida. Rams head coach Jeff Fisher said he would run and run and run, and he has done exactly that, but it seems like this clock is still stuck in mud. Marcus Thigpen back to return. The laughter of Torrey Holt here, the Marshall Falk Hall of Famer sitting right next to me as well.
Cover.
Andrew Siciliano, Martin Kilcoyne sweating down to the sideline. Casey Phillips as well. Here is Thigpen. He's got to get across the 20 to the 22, and it's Greg Reed who brings him down. More football when we return. 13-0. 13-0.
Oh, snowflake.
No, it's TD, guys.
Snowflake.
It's not snowflake. It's TD.
That's not the real one. That's not the real one.
It is way
That's not the real one.
Way too warm for snow.
Yeah.
Scoring summary brought to you by the restaurant of the Cheshire. St. Louis, the Cheshire, now serving an award-winning brunch every Saturday and Sunday. Greg Zuerlein, 53-yard field goal. You know, Marshall had promised free autographs for everyone back home if the 63-yarder at the end of the 2nd quarter had gone in. We have some people tweeting claiming they thought that was good as Lobato play fakes and throws over the middle. And there is a catch and first down yardage over the middle here for the Dolphins to number 83, Matt Hazel. Can we look at it again? Let's call up the 63-yard field goal.
So the people at home, they're not only armchair quarterbacks.
That's no good. Clearly wide left.
Armchair referees.
Clearly wide left. people want free autographs.
I'm just saying.
That did not go in.
Usually they just quarterback when they sitting at home, that armchair.
I mean, you understand, Marshall, incomplete. There's Stewart with the rush, ground ball left side. You understand people want your autograph.
I understand that, but we just going the referee was he right underneath the goal. He just missed that. We just gonna overlook that. the referee just. I understand that they're having problems with the flags, but he's standing right underneath the goalpost, man.
Hey, when in doubt, ask for a review when it comes to getting free stuff. And that's what the fans at home did. So everyone at home, it didn't happen.
I'm going to give y'all another chance.
We sincerely apologize. Miller goes in motion near the tight end, lines up there in the backfield, and then there is a throw to Miller in the flat. Ouch. Across the 50-yard line. He got popped by Sabino, but it is a first down into Rams territory.
Ouch. Right here, nice little play action. Throw the ball to the fullback out in the flat. Oh, took one on the chin.
Right on the boundary, too. Very close.
Those plays are called drive starters. When you get a quarterback in, things aren't going quick. You want to get the drive started. That play right there.
Sabino fighting for that final linebacker spot. Certainly an uphill climb for him. First down to the 47 of the Rams. Lobato back to throw, has a man open, and airmail Hazel coming out of his break. Avery Cunningham on the coverage.
And right now, I mean, they are getting open. It looked like guys are miscommunicating on the back end. Blown coverage. Anytime you see a guy that wide open in the secondary, it's a blown coverage.
Roberson let him go there.
Yeah. Well, Roberson,
Avery Cunningham's the safety.
Bit up on the flat route.
Seth Lobato is the quarterback, undrafted free agent out of UNC, not in Chapel Hill, but instead Northern Colorado. As he hands it off, Harlan with the tackle.
Harlan has made some plays tonight. He's been active.
Yes, he has.
He's been very active tonight. And again, we talked about it. Guys getting their opportunities and making something of the opportunity. I just like the fact that everybody is competing, everybody is playing. When they go back, Snead and Fisher and the staff go back and evaluate this tape, these guys are making it a case that they want to be around, whether it's the Rams or whether it's somewhere in the National Football League, by how they're competing.
Lobato complete to the 30-yard line, and Hazel. So, on 3rd and long, the Dolphins strike for 19.
And that was a strike right there. I mean, that's right in that window. Oh, hit the second, nice. the second in route. You hit it in the second window. What a nice throw. I would love to see Woodard catch an interception right here.
Torrey has had a chance a couple of times earlier today. This one's caught, though, by Big Fan in the flat. Turns one way, goes back the other. Brought down by Wilson. Let's go down to the sideline now. The new starting quarterback saying bye with Casey Phillips. FaceTime.
All right, yes, we are down here with Sean Hill. So I know all backups say that they prepare as if they're going in the next play. And obviously that doesn't need to just be a cliche. It needs to be the truth based on your situation. So do you feel like you had taken that motto to heart, and how prepared do you feel for week one?
Yeah, I've always tried to do that, throughout my whole career. That way, whenever you are put in this situation, you're ready for it. So yeah, I've always done that. And I feel prepared going into week one.
And a lot of people had talked about, okay, what is this team going to look like under Sam Bradford? Now, for those people, what is this team going to look like under Sean Hill, and what type of quarterback do you plan to be?
Well, our goals and aspirations haven't changed. We still have the same mindset going into the season. No matter who it is, though, and you can have two different guys that are trained the exact same way, and it's going to play out different, just different styles. So, as far as this team goes, everything's the same.
All right, well, thanks and good luck week one. Guys, back to you.
All right, Casey and Sean, thank you. I know some people surprised Sean didn't play tonight, but hey, he is now the starting quarterback. There's no reason to put your starting quarterback out there and potentially get him injured. There is Miller with the catch from Lobato on the throw, and it's going to bring up 3rd and short. Let's call it 3rd and 3. Need to make the 20-yard line, see if the Rams defense can get off the field.
You know, Andrew, I was talking to Torrey earlier, and I said, the league is now, you practice less in the offseason, you practice less in training camp, and you play less in the preseason. I've been trying to figure out how they can grow players.
Here's a run, and that's a first down. Daniel Thomas, who started the game, is still out there in this heat. He gets into the 13. Ethan Westbrook's back on the field. Good to see him, makes the tackle. But they are now in the red zone.
The league has definitely cut into teams developing their ball players.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's really hard. And you got to be able to develop talent year after year after year. He is tired.
Yeah.
But to his credit, he started out on the left. Now Michael Sam is in at the left end. Then Westbrook, again with his versatility, is now on the right side. He plays everywhere on that defensive front for the St. Louis Rams.
Daniel Thomas with a carry here. Sabino, Cunningham there for the tackle. Well, let me ask you this, guys, as we see Michael Sam there on the screen as well. With Marshall, everything you just said, how do you really develop young players?
I'm glad you asked me that. And I believe we have to now go back to what the league was like before. We need to allow teams to bring more players in.
Practice squad has just moved to 10.
Not just practice squad, I'm talking about into camp. So let's say now you could sign more rookies and have your second-year guys come to camp. And the first 2 weeks of preseason, it's for them to play. You don't even have your veterans there. And now you bring your veterans in, and they get to play 2 preseason games as well.
Michael Sam on the tackle on the Daniel Thomas run, but I think, is it enough for a first down? Yeah, let's call it first and goal here. They haven't changed it yet. Now they are. They're changing it
the third quarter.
On the field. It's going to be, no, I don't know, first and goal or third and short. They're thinking it over. We can't tell you this, though. It's the end of the third. 13-0. See if the Rams defense can make a stand when we get back. It's going to be a 3rd and 1 start of the fourth quarter, 13-0. We mentioned Ethan Westbrooks is gassed. Show me why everyone's gassed.
Well, listen, when you're a hustle guy and you're all about effort, here he is right here, right there. And now watch the hustle. Watch, he's going to rush the passer, identify it's a run, and now let's go get the football. And guess what? Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if I was in this game in Miami with this heat, I'd be tapping my helmet right now, too.
There's Lobato throwing incomplete on 3rd and short, and it's going to be 4th down. He wanted his tight end, Gator Hoskins.
Gator? What I love about that, Marshall, what I love about that, he's a D lineman, and he's the first guy to the ball, and he's gassed. First guy to the ball. I keep going back to my notes on Ethan Westbrook. MVP, defensive MVP, East-West Shrine game.
It's 4th and 1, and this is the 13th play of a 73-yard drive. They'll keep the offense on the field and hand it off. That's a first down, and that is, put him up? No, just shy of the goal line. Not a touchdown for Daniel Thomas, but they get the 4th down, because now they get the hands up in the air. Make up your mind.
And they should have scored. I mean, with this St. Louis Rams defense, they've been on the football field for 10+ some plays. They're gassed. They should have punched the ball in.
And I'm going to tell you this. I know they have microphones, but I like to see these referees communicate when they run it in, because right there, a knee hits, and then the ball goes across the line of scrimmage. You come together to where the ball carrier is. You look the other guy in the eyes, referee, and you put your hands up together. One guy can't make the call from his side of the field unless it's on that side of the hash mark or closer to his side of the number.
Because the referee, the linesman on the near side of the field, said he was down inside the 1. Yep. And all scoring plays are reviewed, as we know this. The review booth actually is right next to us.
And you save yourself from being the guy who made a call that you thought it was.
Live from New York. They're reviewing this one. 13-6 to Daniel Thomas get in. We'll tell you when we get back. Ruling on the field is Daniel Thomas on 4th down.
During the play, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Bill Levy says that now. Call is confirmed. A touchdown run on 4th down for Daniel Thomas. You see Joe Philbin and you see Jeff Fisher there. The reviews this year are actually sent back to New York. When Bill Levy goes to the hood, goes to the sideline, he has Al Riveron and the head of officiating, Dean Blandino, back in New York. They already have the play queued up, and they all talk it through as a group. Levy makes the final decision. Extra point up is good, but again, it's a discussion back in New York. Here it is, Daniel Thomas again. Thought that knee was down, but it's called a touchdown, 13-7. That man is named TD, not named Snowflake, Marshall.
Because that's not the one I'm talking about.
I know.
Where's the real mascot?
We'll find the other dude.
His name's Snowflake.
13-7 is the score. 13-7. The Rams on top of the Dolphins.
How you gonna have a fake mascot, by the way?
He's an inflatable mascot. There's Trey Mason. He's real on your screen.
Yes.
And the mascot we saw there was inflatable.
But a mascot is not real. So how are you going to have a fake mascot?
I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. Jake Rogers, the other kicker here, will kick it off to Trey Mason. It's a short kick. And it's actually not taken by Mason. Instead, the up-back Trey Watts brings it down. It's the Trey special team unit, and he's going to bring it back to the 23-yard line. Kovacs on the tackle. Time now for your scoring summary here, brought to you by the Restaurant of the Cheshire, now serving an award-winning brunch every Saturday and Sunday. Daniel Thomas, 5-yard touchdown run, 13 plays, 78 yards. It took up 5 minutes and 50 seconds. The Dolphins with 78, as you see on your screen on that drive, had only 86 yards in the first half, so nearly matched that total here in the third quarter. And now the fourth. Garrett Gilbert in a quarterback. Second quarterback we have seen today. And Gilbert will hand off to Chase Reynolds, who's an interesting guy as we march towards the roster cut down. A couple of yards for Chase Reynolds, 2, call it 3 yards. You know, we were joking, Marshall, with Leslie before the Rams GM when he was in here about carrying 5 running backs. I think it's safe to say, as we see Jeff Fisher here, that Chase Reynolds is a running back, but Chase Reynolds, first and foremost, is a special teams player.
He's a specialist.
You don't really count him as a running back, despite the fact that is his natural position when you look at the end of the roster.
Well, if you need him to be, he can do that. You're going to watch him grind this out. This is how this kid is a grinder when you hand him the football, and this is why he makes his team, because he plays teams. And
holding, number 66 offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
And he's no slouch running the football when you put the ball in his hands. You know, he's definitely a north-south runner. He's going to get you yards. But I think the thing that they love about him is he's always about his assignments. He's 100% knows what to do every time he's in the game.
So Mitchell Van Dyke, the rookie, called for the hold there. They're going to back up. So wipe that play off. 19 runs, 19 rushing attempts tonight for the Rams.
Can I say this?
Guarantee you'll get to 30 by the end of the night. Yes.
This offense, they need to have a drive to keep this defense. The defense can. Everybody on the defensive sideline sitting down. That's all of them.
Gilbert. Reynolds picks up the blitz, but can't hold that block, and he's brought down by Chris McCain, sacked in the backfield.
And that right there, you cannot take a side here, Chase Reynolds. It's one thing to know who to get, is another thing to get that person. You can't take a side. You got to take him straight on. You got to identify the blitz, abort the fake, go close the gap, and allow your quarterback to step into the pocket and deliver the football down the field.
And it's going to move him all the way back now to the 10-yard line and a 3rd and 23. We joked last week, you don't have many plays for 3rd and 25. Rams are able to convert it. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and 23. As Gilbert again is pressured by McCain and standing on the 1-yard line, throws it away at the feet of Reynolds. It's 4th down.
And listen, this kid, we talk about being in the game late right now, and Chris McCain, we talk about rushing the quarterback as a premium. You come on the blitz on the right side, defensive right, and then on the left side, he beats the tackle. And right there, he's disrupted this drive because the holding call was against him as well.
All right, so the Dolphins don't put anybody back to return this Johnny Hekker kick. They were going to bring the house, but the Rams actually got it away before the Dolphins lined up well. And look what Hekker does. He puts it inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. That is a 76-yard punt.
Johnny Hekker, man, I'm telling you.
76 yards. 13-7.
73-yard punt as the Rams lead the Dolphins 13-7. We're in the 4th quarter here at Sun Life Stadium. Martin Kilquin down on the sidelines, closing in on the regular season. How about some NFL news and notes brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings? A couple of notes from this week. Peyton Manning fined $8,268 for taunting Houston's DJ Swearinger. Also, Josh Gordon, the Browns wide receiver, suspended for the entire season. And Tom Brady reportedly unhappy with the trade of Logan Mankins, one of his protectors on that O-line. As far as that Peyton Manning fine of $8,268, why that number, I don't know, but Manning said it was money well spent. I think Peyton may have that kind of money in his wallet as we speak.
Martin probably has it in the change compartment, bottom of a cup of coffee in his armrest.
He had that in pennies.
But I'm not upset, though. But I'm not worried if Peyton Manning is threatening me or if he's taunting me. Come on, man.
The funny one to me was, you tell me what quarterback that gives up a Pro Bowl caliber offensive lineman would not be upset.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
And that's not questioning Martin's reporting. DeAndre Harlan, the tackle.
Right,
that was the headline.
Really?
Who's as nasty as Logan Mankins?
What if the headline had been, Tom Brady thrilled Mankins out of town? That's not gonna happen.
That would be news.
It would be. 3rd and 1. The news here on the field in front of us, not to ignore the game, with 11:38 remaining, clock moving. Orleans Darkwa has been running the football. Hazel is 83 in the man in motion, and it's going to be a pitch, and it is going to be short of the first out. It's Darkwa again. It's going to bring up 4th at about a yard. Darkwa's an undrafted rookie free agent. Marcus Roberson, the tackle. Darkwa played at Tulane.
Yep.
And nice play by Phillip Stewart, 54, the linebacker for the Rams. Was able to get out, keep his outside contained, force everything back inside, and the Rams run to the football and make the tackle, and again get off the football field on 3rd down, something that they've been doing all night long. They clearly talked about this in the meeting room this past week and made it a point to come out here tonight to get off the field on 3rd down.
Beltung back at 21 to return this Brandon Fields punt. You saw Johnny Hecker there when we came back from commercial. He had a 76-yard punt. Hecker's averaging 56.5 tonight. Fair catch called by Beltung at 36. Might have had a little bit of room to work there.
Make a play.
Fighting to make this team. He calls fair catch. 13-7 with 10:39 remaining. Time for our game day delivery of the game here as we see Sean Hill joking on the sideline with Austin Davis. 13-7 the final score. Our game day delivery of the game brought to you by Emo's Pizza, and it's a touchdown from Sean Hill against the Saints to Stedman Bailey, showing that he can deliver the football down the field, and we'll see that against the Vikings coming up in week number 1. In the meantime, with Hill not stepping on the field today, we have Garrett Gilbert, who has played here in the second half and handing it to Trey Mason.
And we'll see those kinds of throws from Sean here early on in the season. Unfortunately, Stedman Bailey won't be on the other end of him because of the four-game suspension. And he'll be missed because he's been solid all preseason, all through training camp, and he's carried over here in the game situation. And he's a guy that's just continuing to get better. But Sean Hill, I'm excited for him, man. I'm looking forward to seeing how he leads this team. You know, comes week 1. He has an opportunity to do something really special. And I think he's ready.
Tonight's 1st and 10 line brought to you by AAA. For great rates on auto insurance, visit AAA.com. It is 2nd and 8. The first down line is the 47-yard line. It's the Rams need to get with the clock moving at 9:50 remaining. And Gilbert on the play fake will throw in and out of the hands of Alex Bayer. Can't clap when he doesn't catch it.
That's right. I mean, they do all of that shifting and moving and make sure everybody is lined up correctly. Then you have a receiver out here in the flats. It's wide open. Get it to him. Put it on him. Catch the football, Bayer, and turn it up and get some positive yards.
Pass interference. Number 16 offense. Penalties declined. 3rd down.
Well, if he caught it, would have come back anyway. They got Emery Blake.
That play was just so bad on so many levels.
Actually, good design of a play. Get him the ball now.
Right now.
Get him the ball now, and then that push-off don't matter down the field because the ball is thrown. He's the blocker.
You know what's so frustrating about that call, regardless of the bad throw, is Emery Blake pushing off downfield with nothing to do with the
ball.
Davis, Gilbert, beg your pardon, deep down the sideline and incomplete. There was Emery Blake again and incomplete.
And right there, just pressure. And, you know, your young quarterback, that's the last thing you want to see is pressure right in your face. Yeah. But what do you have to do? You got to get rid of the football. Get rid of the football. And that's great job and put the ball to where your guy can catch it or no one catches it.
You see Deion Jordan there had the pressure. Odd to see a top 10 pick. Deion Jordan, a top 10 pick from a year ago as Hecker's on the punt. Bobby Cowan was cut this week, so Johnny Hecker's doing all the work. Deion Jordan with the pressure there. Marcus Thigpen up. Top 10 pick, now playing late in the fourth quarter of a preseason game. Here's Thigpen with a nice return, 45, out near midfield. Woodard with the tackle at the 49.
Well, if you guys were wondering why Heckard had that punt that he had, it's because the return guy was not there.
Hecker had to come up on that one. And we have an injury down to the 32-yard line.
Look at him break down.
Hecker and Woodard in on that tackle. We'll see who the injured Ram is when we return. See Alex Bayer, that was the injured Ram. He was able to get up slowly, walk to the sideline. Hope he is okay. The undrafted rookie, free agent, out of Bowling Green, fighting for that final tight end spot with Justice Cunningham. It was a 44-yard punt, a 33-yard return, a net of only 11. Orleans Darkwood, the running back there. Time to go inside the huddle, brought to you by Edward Jones. Making sense of investing. Inside the huddle is where you, the fan, get to ask Marshall Latore a question about the Rams. Fire away.
I'm John Nathan from St. Charles. My question to you is, what chance do you think that Michael Sams would make the team?
Guys, we'll know Saturday. What do you think?
I think it's pretty slim. And it's not because he hasn't been productive. I mean, he's just caught in a team that has a deep rotation at the position that he plays. And the fact that he's not that good on special teams, it hurts him. Because when you are a reserve and you're deep down the line, you must give something at teams.
Yeah. Well, Wilson got there, Sam got there as well, and he has made plays.
Yes.
He had a sack last week, might have had two. Final play brought down Manziel. Christian Bryan in the Rams' eyes got credit. Here's a tweet that Michael Sam sent out right before the game, about an hour before kickoff, from his account. Time for the preseason final exam. Rams Dolphins, time to make a statement. Hashtag game day. Now, if he doesn't make this team, the question is, Marshall, and I think I know your answer here as we see Darkwood run it. Will he be somewhere? You've seen it up, haven't you?
I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are so. After tonight, Les Snead, there's a premium on guys that can rush the passer. If you can sack the quarterback and that's all you do, there's teams looking for guys like that. The reason why he's here now, he's trade bait.
Interesting.
And if before you cut this guy, you need to trade him.
Well, let's see what he does here on fourth down, lining up left side of the line. Lobato over the middle, incomplete, but there is a flag. Intended receiver was number 3, Darkwa, again, the running back. I think they're going to get Jolan Dunbar.
Number 59 defense, first down, spot of a foul.
Beg your pardon, Sabino, 59, not 58.
Yeah, right there, hold. You know, just overplayed, overran it. Back was able to run a nice post and come back underneath, and that was the best thing he could do, was to reach out and grab and hold. It was just a good route by the tailback. But I think I would like to see if Michael Sam doesn't make the Rams roster and he makes it through waivers, and the Rams are able to sign him.
But he won't.
Yeah, that's your point, Marshall. You don't think
he probably won't. But I would like to see
almost
another almost.
Leroy Irvin, come on, Leroy.
I would like to see him remain a Ram because of the guys that he has in front of him that he can learn from. But Michael Sam is a developmental player. You know, it's just flat out. And he's done some good things this preseason, and he'll continue to get better. He's a developmental player that I think can develop under the system.
Well, you know, answer this, because, guys, there are going to be fans at home watching right now, listening to you two right now, respecting your knowledge, saying, wait a minute, I saw him sack Manziel last week. I saw him get a sack against Scott Tolzien and the Packers as Darkwo runs here, big hole, but there's a flag down in the backfield, probably holding and coming back. You know, we've seen him make plays. We see him lead the news on NFL Network. I thought he has done enough after Bill Levy makes the call. Answer me why he has
the hands to the face, number 68 defense. 5-yard penalty added on to the end of the run. First down.
All right, so it's Harlan, first down.
Just to make sure I'm clear with the people at home, he has done enough to make this team.
Yeah.
The problem is the depth. The Rams would have to keep an extra defensive lineman if they wanted to keep him. because the Rams, they're so deep. They've accumulated so much talent. And what happens is Michael Sam the 4th best sacker, the 5th best pass rusher? Well, what is he? And that's the question.
As you see Chris Long standing there on the sideline, he has not played. Robert Quinn has not played tonight. Darko with a run again across the 20, opening up a hole and getting down to the 19-yard line. It's simply a numbers game.
And when a team holds on to you and decide that, listen, we're gonna trade you, that's getting something for you. That's showing value. You played. You have to ball out in order to get traded. If that's the case, because I'm sure if less them get a call and somebody's looking for a pass rush and they're like, we're interested in Michael Sam and he's number 8, you have to trade that guy.
AAA Red Zone now. See how much you could save with auto insurance through AAA. The entire team there.
I guess the major concern for me with Sam is how he would fare against the ones every week. And I've seen some, and he's played well. I haven't seen enough in the toolbox that gives me the confidence to say this guy can hold up versus the ones.
It's a good point.
And be a really good pass rusher.
We see Greg Williams there on the sideline, the Rams' new defensive coordinator, and the numbers are as such. The Rams are going to keep 9 D linemen. There's been some speculation, and here's a completion to Hazel.
That's too easy.
He's 10-5 end zone.
That's way too easy. Well, you're starting to see the fatigue set in on the St. Louis Rams defense. Now they're pointing to one another. Excuses are coming out. Hey, do your job, play your assignment like you've been doing up to this point. You close the game out.
And this simple communication outside. Yeah. Anytime that screen is thrown, the guy getting blocked, he jumps outside, and that safety has to come feel inside. And Christian Bryant went outside with Roberson, and there you have 2 guys outside. Christian Bryant, you got to fill the gap right there.
So it's 13-13. The extra point will make it 14-13. Just quickly finish my thought before we break here. Some speculation the Rams may keep 10 D linemen. That's going to be a tough squeeze with the other roster limitations here.
Well, you heard Les say, when you get down to those couple of picks, it's not about position. It's about keeping the best football player. That's what it's about, keeping the best football player.
Here's the touchdown one more time. Actually, we'll keep it right here. So there's Hazel again with the touchdown. And again, some people thought they might keep 10. And never say never. They could keep 10. But they came into camp thinking they're going to keep 9. You saw Will Hayes there. And there was some concern maybe if Will Hayes isn't ready to go. He didn't play tonight. No one played tonight, really, on the veteran side of things. But Will Hayes will be ready to go next
absolutely.
week.
And Will Hayes is a monster for this squad. I mean, he's tough as nails. He's another guy that can play up and down the defensive front, adds depth, playmaking ability. I don't have to see a lot of Will Hayes.
Sure.
Because I know Will Hayes could play.
Well, look, maybe they keep 10. Maybe someone changes their mind. It's always a possibility.
Yeah,
There's a question at linebacker, the final linebacker spot, the final tight end spot, and the kids battling there on the back end of the roster in the secondary as well.
I'm going to say, when Michael Sam was drafted, you had the naysayers saying, oh, he can't make the St. Louis Rams team because of X, Y, and Z. And the only thing he's coming here and doing, they'll tell you. And the players, they've watched him, is work his butt off.
Yeah, he has.
And consistently taking advantage of the reps and opportunities that have been given to him.
There's Trey Mason on the 6, the 15, the 20. Mason's going to make this team. He's going to push across the 25. Andrew Wilson there. Mason keeps pushing that pile to around the 30. Let's do the scoring summary, guys. Brought to you by the restaurant at the Cheshire St. Louis, which you know by now is now serving an award-winning brunch Saturday and Sunday. Every Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, they do.
9 plays, 50
it's good
yards.
Too.
Hazel hit 22-yard touchdown catch. I'm getting kind of hungry. Didn't have dinner. 3:14 off the clock. And your quarterback, Garrett Gilbert.
I need Gilbert to kind of put together some stuff here. Take command of the huddle and ask these guys to, let's play some football.
See what he does. No handoff, chase runners. Special teams extraordinaire. Chase Reynolds gets almost 10.
Nice serves, nice start, nice start.
Andrew Wilson on the tackle.
Now let's come back. Let's put together another positive play.
Yeah.
You know, let's kind of get a rhythm, like Marshall alluded to. Let's get a rhythm going offensively. And they hadn't had that since Gilbert has been in the lineup since since he took over.
And I'm watching his mannerisms. I want him to kind of pick it up a little bit. Pop out of the huddle, pop into the huddle.
Well, I think they done knocked him silly a little bit.
It's a gain of 9 for Reynolds, the former Montana star, special teams player. And he's going to take it out of the 45. So 2 carries, 15 yards here for Reynolds. Freeney makes the tackle. It's a first down. Chase Reynolds last year tied for 3rd with 6 special teams tackles.
And you haven't seen Chase in the preseason much because they don't need to see Chase. They understand that Chase, the minute that he sees a crease, it's 1 foot in the ground and he's going north and south.
And they don't need to see him as well because he makes this team likely on special teams. And a lot of fans sometimes say, well, wait a minute, how is this guy make the team or that guy make the team? You forget special teams truly are a third of the game, and it's not just the kicker and the returner or the punter or the holder. Justin Veltung with the catch. First down across the 45, called the 44. It's all the other guys running downfield, making the tackle, setting up blocks, and that's what Chase Reynolds does so well. So Justin Veltung would have to make this team if he did on special teams. We haven't seen much from him, though, this summer on returns.
And Gilbert right now, he's on cue. I think he heard us.
Yeah.
Maybe the little speaker in his ear has us.
Oh, did we wire him?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm watching his mannerisms. Team's moving the ball pretty well.
Your favorite guy, Brad Smelly, lines up in motion. Reynolds, maybe. Line of scrimmage. Jelani Jenkins on the tackle.
Right there, that's when your offensive coordinator, we've run that play like 3 or 4 times and it's worked. So guess what you do? You keep running it till they stop it. You do that.
You know what that also does, Marshall, for Brian Schottenheimer? Keeps that number in the top left corner of your screen moving.
Okay.
Yep, that's what it does. 3:50 and moving here. 2nd and the scoreboard says 11. Our screen says 10. Let's call it 10.5 and split the difference. 2nd and 10.5. Need to make it to around the 34 for that first down. As you see on the right of your screen in yellow. Flags. Movement.
False start. Number 7, the offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So Brandon Washington, that's who that one's on. Brandon Washington fighting for a job, maybe with Travis Bond there. Washington can play inside, can play out. Yeah. In a pinch, he could probably get over the ball as well. Mike Person also we saw in the preseason, number 73. He was able to snap. And the Rams have an issue here at center. Demetrius Rainey, the rookie 7th-round pick. We're talking depth at center. He went on injured reserve earlier this week when they got the roster down to 75. So
yeah, they got Rainey and Barrett Jones is dealing with his issues with his back as well, I think. And he plays some center and some guard.
That's a question to be answered in the next 48 hours. Emory Blake, incomplete ball over his head and behind him from Gilbert.
You know, since the first game, Torrey, when we watched Gilbert, he seems so rushed.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know what they're working on. Sometimes you start working on footwork and other things to make you a better passer, and what you are good at seems to escape you at times. And that's what I'm watching him do tonight. It's just he seemed rushed.
3rd and 15 for Garrett Gilbert under pressure. He's rushed here, and he's going to throw it at the feet of Smelly.
Now that time he was really rushed.
Yeah, Deion Jordan, Chris McCain were there.
This Chris McCain kid.
And he just whooped Brandon Washington.
Chris McCain, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm reading this. He looks like Jason Taylor out there. 6'5", 250. Listen, this kid is rushing. Man.
Hunt team is on. Hey, quick thought here on Garrett Gilbert. He is the 3rd quarterback right now. He done enough to hold on to that 3rd shot? What do you think? Or if there is another quarterback out there.
Third on the roster, or you mean like they let him go and bring him back once he clear waivers?
Again, we're looking at practice squad here.
Yes.
You would assume, right?
Yes.
That's the nice way to say it. And if they decide to keep 3 on the roster.
Delay a game.
Delay a game.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
You know, the question is, do you dress 2? Do you dress a 3rd?
The question is, can he run the scout team? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. He can do that. with ease.
And as Les said before, if there's another guy out there, maybe you see, but you know, bringing in a starting quarterback isn't like bringing in a starting pitcher. You don't just throw him out there. Granted, you hope you don't have to use him. Fogg will wave that one off, and that'll go out of bounds on the 10-yard line. Tonight's star of the game, star play of the game, and player, brought to you by Hardee's. At Hardee's, always eat like you mean it. It's your guy. So the president of the Austin Davis fan club, tell me about Austin Davis.
Austin Davis, it just continues to impress. Came in today with the 2-job wrapped up, and that's all he had to do was more what he did last week. And I believe he came out and really, in every situation when they were backed up in the field of play and in the red zone, made all the right decisions today.
Yeah, I like the throws on 3rd down and be able to complete those 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15s.
It's the money down.
You know,
it's the money down.
Be able to stir down the pocket, down the middle of the pocket, and deliver the football.
Did that last week as well in Cleveland.
He has really improved.
Down the field, 3:20 remaining. Each team with 3 timeouts. Don't know why anybody would want to call it.
And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier, Marshall, developing guys. You know, having an opportunity to develop players, and obviously Austin Davis is a guy that the Rams have developed.
Darkwa banged up. He goes to the sideline tour.
And he showed well. He showed well the last 2 weeks. I mean, the film doesn't lie. You cut on the film, you see number 9 showing up and making plays and leading the offense.
Clock still moving. Sorry, Marshall. 2:45.
And it's been a process for him.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you, he's embraced the process. The point in times when you fail, he's gotten back up and continue to learn the things necessary in order for him to be better.
Well, when he came out of the locker room in the tunnel when we was in Cleveland, he gave us that handshake.
They're first.
Rams are going to call timeout to try to get the ball here. I think it was Michael Sam there in the backfield, guys. Damian Williams, the Damian with an E, had the carry. Let's go down. Number 30. Hold on.
You could just call him.
All right, so Zach, obviously this team was already known as a run-heavy team even before Bradford went down, and you had high expectations coming off last year. How do you feel like you're going to be able to fulfill those expectations this year?
You know, really our expectations are the same, which is try to be, you know, productive and, you know, consistent with our play week in and week out. You know, it's unfortunate with Sam going down or whatnot, but, you know, we're going to try to keep the same identity. You know, we're just trying to, you know, pound the ball, and we have the, you know, athletes on the outside to make plays on the receiving court.
And what about you individually? How do you feel like your game could be improved and different from last year?
You know, really just trying to get the playbook down. They'll allow me to play faster, smarter, and just trying to be consistent. That's just really what I'm focused on.
With a lot of you starters sitting tonight, we've gotten a look at some of those other running backs in there. So tell us a little bit about the rest of your running back core and what you've seen from some of those guys this game.
Oh, man. I mean, they're learning. They're learners. They're always trying to improve. So, you know, their main thing is just obviously the playbook as rookies or whatever. So they adjusted well. So, you know, I'm proud of, you know, what they've done so far, especially in this game. So just got to see what happens.
All right. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Casey and Stacy. Thank you. Greg Reed back to return. Rams force a 4th down and incompletion on 3rd to the flat. So 4th and 3. Fields and Greg Reed. What were you saying about the Damians, I could just say?
Damian number 1.
Damian number 1. Right.
Or Damian number 5.
There you go. Damian 1 and Damian 5. And the 2 Damian Williams.
Yeah.
That's where the Hall of Fame. 2 Damian Williams there for the Miami Dolphins. 1 and 5.
Timeout. Miami.
Timeout. Miami.
30-second
They're
timeout.
trading timeouts.
Before the play clock expired.
Okay, so no delay of games. Let's look at some of the key dates here, gentlemen, as we get ready for the regular season. We know the home opener at high noon against the Vikings next week. A couple of primetime games. The bye comes early. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, they got, you know, 3 games prior to the bye. They got to at best go 3-0, 2-1. Right before the bye, because after that, I mean, they got a stretch of playoff teams that they're going to be facing that they got to be ready for. So they got to get off to a really good start right before the bye.
And that's what's good for the Rams is, you know, you got primetime games.
Yeah.
You know, you got some primetime football games, so you can showcase your talent. I remember last year, Robert Quinn
on Thursday night. Oh, my God.
Yep, here's Greg Reed, fielded it near the sideline, and he got popped immediately by Don Jones fighting for a spot in the secondary. Those first 3 games, Minnesota, Tampa, and Dallas. Guys, we'll keep it right here. Let's talk about the division a little bit.
Wow.
Everyone says, our friend Peter King said this week, that Seahawks team looks like the best team in the NFL, but history has shown that the defending Super Bowl champion, and maybe the Seahawks can overcome what you see on your screen. You generally don't go win a playoff game. Matter of fact, you haven't since all the way back in 05.
Let me say this. The Seahawks are the best team in the NFL.
Still.
That's it. They're the Super Bowl champs. So genius. That's a good. I'm going to use that one.
Genius.
I'll make sure I use that one because it's fact. It is fact.
And in these last 2 weeks of the preseason,
Smelly.
they looked really good. Offensively, defensively, as well as special teams. Seattle is continuing their surge to prove why they are the best team.
And that's just what they do because they are going to compete.
Yes.
They are going to compete, and they are going to compete.
Smelly sniffs the 40, and that's where we will be when we get back. Well, we got 2 minutes left in the preseason, March. I got a problem with that one? You want to write a better line?
No.
All right, when we get back, you can do it if you want. So we're back in Miami. 14-13 is the final score. The 2-minute warning. Time to take a look at our play of the game. Play of the game brought to you by Purina Pro Plan. Say that 5 times fast. Nutrition that performs, and it's the touchdown to Austin Pettis.
And right there, I mean, it was just a strike. Austin Davis to Austin Pettis. And that's how you have to deliver the football in the red zone.
Delivered it, and it's the Rams' touchdown here as we have a 14-13 game. Let's see what Garrett Gilbert can do with 1:56 remaining.
Come on, Garrett, let's go now. Lead us down here. Let's score this thing and get out of here to win.
I mean,
his first one's to Smelly.
We only need, what, 10 more yards? What do we need?
Let's do the math. Marshall, right now.
I mean, if we can have another 63-yard, I would love that.
Okay, would
to
you
end it?
Would you?
Yes.
Would you offer? Would you make the same offer you did before? This is
I'll
the
do
48.
30 minutes.
Okay. So you need to get to the 45.
Yep.
The plus 45. Here it's a 2nd and 2. Let's see if they can do that. Rams have 2 timeouts remaining. Here is Gilbert with time. Man on, man down. Gilbert brought down by, again, your guy, Chris McCain.
This kid, listen, I'm telling you, he looks like, he reminds me of Jason Taylor. Watching him out there
from Cal. The clock keeps moving, and that ball snapped behind him. Flags. Bill Levy with 1:35 on the clock. Laundry.
False start. Number 19, offense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So they're going to get Veltung.
That can't happen, Veltung, during the 2-minute drive. Can't happen, period. I mean, you're not even set.
Everybody was moving. Reynolds wasn't set. Veltung was just the guy they flagged there. That ball snapped between Reynolds and Gilbert, and it brings it now to a 3rd and 10 on the 40. Need to make it to midfield, 1:35 and a couple of timeouts. Wow, he got popped and threw that ball away, and that is likely, with a flag down to the backfield, Marshall, you think pass interference.
Or illegal contact.
Or illegal contact.
It happened quick, and we have holding back here.
I didn't see anyone in the neighborhood, though. Did you? There's 2 flags, secondary and backfield.
There were fouls against both teams. Illegal contact, number 47 defense. Intentional grounding, St. Louis quarterback. The penalty's offset, 3rd down.
All right, we'll do it again. Gilbert threw it outside the numbers. He was still, though, inside the pocket.
How about setting a running back over here on McCain's side?
Yeah.
And giving Huey some
good idea.
Saw Sean Huey on an island a couple of weeks ago against the Packers. That did not go well.
I think they heard you.
He's more of a right tackle than a left.
Thank you very much.
And now they're going to put Chase Reynolds right of the formation there. Smelly.
Veltung has to win here.
Veltung single coverage on the bottom of your screen. Gilbert, can he deliver him the ball? No. Gilbert never had his feet set under pressure. Emory Blake was down there, the intended receiver. Couldn't get him.
Yeah, we have to move the launch point for the quarterback right now. They're teeing off on his offensive line.
So it's 4th down. Offense guy stays on the field. 1:26 remaining. You see the special teams unit, that triumvirate waiting to maybe get a crack, but they're going to have to make first down yardage here, have to get to midfield to keep this drive and this game alive.
Possible pressure situation here.
Timeout. Miami, their second 30-second timeout.
Dolphins taking timeout, 1 left.
Yeah, 4th and 10. You have to be aware of the pressure. They want to speed up the quarterback, speed up the receiver, maybe cause an errant throw, or even if you complete it, tackle you, get you down, ball game.
All right, you guys are the offensive minds. What do you draw up here?
You block with it. You max protect, or you have a check release, and you run a double move. Because right now they're expecting the ball to come out quickly.
They have to get the ball out quickly.
Or just straight goals.
Now the question is,
he may need a little more time to run that double move.
Well,
they ain't getting it. He's not getting it.
Well, it just depends on how you look at what the Dolphins want to do. Every time in 3rd and long, they've brought pressure. They want to speed you up. So I'm calling the play that fits what they like to do. They like to bring pressure on 3rd and long. They don't want their guys. They don't want you to block it up and have guys running free. And there they go. They got everybody around the line of scrimmage.
See Zerline at the sideline.
Man,
He would
man to man.
a shot at it. Corners playing off. It looks like the Dolphins are going to bring the house.
Man to man.
They do.
Gotta
Here's
get it out.
Gilbert. Gets it out. Lobs it up. Franklin cannot get back for that ball. No flags. Gilbert slow to get up, but he is okay. Turnover on down.
Well, Franklin never looked for the ball. He was just running the go route, never looked for the ball. And in that situation, when you see everybody up like that, receivers, you got to think quickly that the ball is coming out.
Well, first of all, it starts with protection. You protect from the inside out. So it should have been down blocks, and you let the guy off the edge be the known rusher, so he now can hit the slot receiver to his left. That would have taken his eyes to the left instead of to the right once they blocked down. So the protection broke down on him more than anything.
And it was Akins running free up the middle. So this thing down 14-13. And the Rams with 2 timeouts. Dolphins only with 1. Let's see if Jeff is going to burn these timeouts or decide to pack it up and hightail it back to Fort Lauderdale International Airport.
What do you think? You think he wants to practice calling timeouts?
I see the clock move. Well, he called the timeouts in the last possession to get the ball back to give Gilbert a shot.
I'm just saying, but do you think right now he just want to practice, like get ready for the season?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You know, it's only 2 timeouts.
53. Let me see if I can hit it at 50.
Man, it's a wrap, man.
I think this is a wrap on the preseason, boys.
Yeah, it's a wrap, kid.
Can only stop the clock twice.
Man, I can't believe at 10 o'clock it's this hot still.
For real.
I feel like heat wave coming in.
It does feel like
My
a heat
God.
wave. It's like a sauna in here. So, guys, this is it.
This is it, man.
This is it.
Season is upon us.
Question is this team ready? Sean Hill or no Sean Hill? Defense, offense, special teams. Is this team ready as Jeff Fisher walks out to midfield and shake hands with Joe Philbin for the regular season, guys?
I don't know if it matters what we think, but I know you did, and I'm going to answer you because that's what I like to do. I like to answer you, Andrew. I'm going to say that competitively, they are ready. Cohesiveness-wise, I don't know if any team in the NFL right now is ready with how much work or how little work that they get in. But I hope that this team can go out and compete.
See Michael Sam there on the field, walk it off. Will he make this team? We'll find out. 3 o'clock Central Time on Saturday. Time for the cutdowns. Rams lose tonight, 14-13. Final thoughts coming up.